Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So, Eagles training camp, everything's been going crazy, but I appreciate everybody coming in. I know I didn't stream the other day. The next few days, we're going to be doing some streams tomorrow, the next day. I'll obviously do a little bit of a Q&A with you guys just on what you think about training camp and obviously Jalen Hurts and the rest of this roster, maybe some players that are under the radar as of right now, and some players that you hope that are going to do well, and how much can we take out of this training camp that's going to transcend into preseason, from preseason into the regular season. There's tons of stuff. Like today, you had concussions with Jordan Mailata, Andre Dillard, so you really don't have any backup left tackles. I mean, you don't have a third-string left tackle, LaRaven Clark, that has been nothing but hurt since last year and the year before that when we acquired him. So the offense didn't really play too well today, but, I don't expect Jalen Hurts to have a monster day every day. Okay, I expect Jalen Hurts to struggle, and which isn't a bad thing. I want this defense to play well. I want this defense to give our offense some trouble. I don't want it to be too easy, because if we hear too many good things about Jalen Hurts every single day, it's going to be a big problem. Britton Covey has been pretty damn good, gotta say. Took most of the snaps at punt return today, along with I think it was you had Rager, you had Hightower. I mean, there's a couple guys that are going for it. I think they had Kenneth Gainwell there too, which I don't know why. He's usually a kick returner, but he was with the punt return as well. But Covey, a touchdown from Sinnott, and probably one of the guys that I'm really striving to make the third team of third side of our game, which is special teams, a lot better this year, and hopefully they make the right decision going forward. It's been fun so far. Like, I like to hear guys like Deion Kane's a wide receiver that's kind of been making some noise. Marlon T, that we drafted in the 6th round last year, then they've been putting him as a nose tackle. Looks a lot quicker. Definitely bulked up in size a little bit, and could be our number 5 defensive tackle as of right now. Obviously with Wren, I think will be our number 6, or pretty much it will probably be on practice squad, because I think they will keep 5 defensive tackles going into the season if everything works out and everybody stays healthy and they don't have to minimize another position to give more depth on another position for that reason. But it's freaking cool, guys. Freaking cool. What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. What's going on? Richard Kane. We got Doc's Dirty Finger. We got Gustavo Meza. What's going on? Giovanni Duvall. LeBron Reiser, what's going on, man? Yeah, I was watching the game. For a little bit. Giovanni Duvall, Jadis Young, what's going on, man? Lindy, what's going on, man? MC, what's up, man? Surprised Nick Mullins still in the league. Fumbled the Raiders tonight. Yeah, I haven't watched the rest. I turned it off to do the stream, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'll probably rewatch some of it later on tonight. I mean, they took out a lot of starters, which I already knew it was going to happen, because really by the second quarter, there's going to be no starters playing. I think some starters will be in there for a quarter, and then by the second quarter, nobody will be playing. Richard Kane says Jalen showed some good chemistry with AJ today. Yeah, I mean, he hit him on some good passes. The slant pass for a touchdown. I don't know if he had a couple touchdowns. I had some mixed reports that there was 2 touchdowns, but it could have been 1 touchdown. But I think, everyone was really worried from OTAs about the chemistry with AJ Brown. I mean, they work out every offseason, but it seems like it's definitely getting better. It's definitely getting better. Rollins says Joey Rager is tricking us again. Should we fall for how good he's doing in camp? I don't know what to look. And I think consistency, look, we have to take what's given to us, and the consistency is there every day with Reagor. Okay, made a video talking about what they should do with Jalen Reagor. There's 3 things. 1, they release him. 2, they trade him. Or 3, he becomes the number 4 receiver and maybe becomes that gadget receiver for us that they could line him up for just a speed guy, or I don't know what the case is. Came into camp in good shape. It's all there. And look, it's not just one-handed catches, like he's being consistent every day. Beat Bradbury one-on-ones today. Had the last, I think, the 5th day, he had 35-yard reception and a plus 70-yard reception in double coverage. I mean, he's played pretty well. I mean, I as much as, if he makes the team, it is what it is. But I have that feeling. Now Mosher put out some news. Mosher put out some news that teams have been in contact with the Eagles during training camp about Jalen Reagor. I feel like a trade probably will happen. I don't think he's going to get released. I think he's either going to be traded or he will stick around on this roster. I don't know. But I don't have the answers. I have no idea what's going on, but it's very interesting, though. Very interesting. Jabe says, trade stock going up for Reagor. You think, 100%. I think they're treating this the same exact way as they did with Zach Ertz. Okay, they build his trade value through training camp to preseason, but, okay, the difference is between Ertz and Reagor and how they're treating it. Ertz was a starter, okay, and he played a few games before he was traded, okay, so there's a little bit of a difference there. Now, if the first preseason does come up and Reagor is not even suited, there could be, maybe if he's not traded before preseason starts August 12th, I think it's safe to say that, yeah, maybe they're getting ready for a trade. Maybe that is happening. I mean, you never know. Rod says, I don't really care either of these teams. I just miss football so much. I had to watch this. Nah, dude, it's great, man. Like, even to have a game today, just for the hell of it, a game is on, so everybody enjoy. What's going on, Slayer? Brad said Jags got no good depth. Eagles are probably the only team that has good depth. A lot of teams don't really care for depth. There's a lot of teams, especially in the trenches for the Eagles. The Eagles have very good depth on the offensive line, defensive line. You can always add a piece here and there, maybe to another defensive end or something like that if you want to add more depth. And obviously having the concussions for Mulata and Dillard at one position kind of sucks right now. But definitely a lot more is going to be happening. Jay says, what up, Joey? Just got home. What are you doing, man? Doc says, get Reagor off this team so my man Covey can get his number 18. I don't know what's going to happen, dude. Like, as much as if Reagor makes this team, I don't think he even hits special teams. I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't know. I feel like a trade, just from those reports today, I feel like a trade is going to happen. I feel like teams are checking in on Reagor, see how he is, see how he's doing. Maybe a scout from the team comes over to watch practice, see how he's doing. So you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but we'll see. MC says, yeah, loving the vibe with AJ Jalen. I don't know if you saw their interview. Yeah, I love their interview on NFL Network today, man. Like, I love it that when they're off the field, they're best friends. When they're on the field, it's all business. You know what I mean? They're not too emotionally attached to each other, but they're both hungry and ready to go. So they said, I think Reagor will be traded after 2 preseason games and Covey makes the roster. Do you think Reagor plays a preseason game? I think it's going to show you if he doesn't play a preseason game. I think a trade is definitely happening, at least because at least the buzz about Reagor this year isn't from one damn catch, and it's been consistent and specific rather than him doing good godly. Like, yeah, I totally agree with that. It's not him just catching these one-handed catches or maybe these these one-on-ones or something crazy. Like, he's been more consistent this offseason training camp wise than he was last year, showing more consistency. So. Jace Young said, bro, Joey, did you hear Reagor? Yeah, the tweet that I put up, that he said, John Clark said some stuff about Reagor during practice, and he said some things back to him, has been deleted. Hey, Joey, how are you? Awesome job. Keep the good work. Appreciate it, John, so much, man. He says, who would you say in our toughest matchup this year, Joey? Whoever, as I think our roster could be anyone. Health means everything, though. Yeah, health is definitely a big thing. That's why I don't like doing schedule reviews, because in a perfect world with no injuries, yeah, it would be really nice. Hardest opponents, you can go into it saying, the Titans could definitely be one. I see the Titans. I see the Colts. Who else do we have? There was one more game I was thinking about. There's one more game. The Cardinals might be a tough one too. But as of right now, I don't know. The Cardinals could be the Cardinals. I already have us losing to the Cardinals already. Somebody got in trouble. D-Hop's going to be gone 6 games, and he won't face us week 5. So I forgot I thought someone else from the Cardinals got in trouble. So I thought another receiver got in trouble, or I could be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking about somebody else. Gustavo Meza says, how Rager's playing, I hope he can get a third out of him. Don't be surprised, man. Like, as much as, like, if you're the other team trained for Rager, are you really looking to get are you going to give away a 3rd-round pick for him? Even if it's a low cap hit for the year. I mean, you still got 2 years on his contract. So, and they're not big cap hits, like I said. Are you really trading a 3rd-round pick? Is that even too much to ask? You know, like, I feel like the Eagles are going to try to squeeze a higher draft pick out of a team, and they're just not going to be interested. Rouse, I haven't seen anyone talk about Minshew struggling at camp. Should be concerning. Yeah, no, I talked about him last. I think the camp. I think the 5th day he was struggling. I mean, he hasn't really done much since the first day. I think Reed Sinnett has actually played better than Carson Strong and Minshew as of right now. If you want to just go by competition, who had the better day? Reed Sinnett definitely over Carson Strong. Carson Strong has done absolutely nothing at camp. So. Bronson, our Cowboys defense is set to add another Anthony Barr. We just need more depth at wide receiver. Well, I think that was the wrong move. I think linebacker's a good move for you guys, but I think getting a receiver would have been probably the prime choice. You know what I mean? Like, the Cowboys have the cap space as of right now to get, to acquire a Deebo Samuel or to get DK Metcalf at the time. Like, I think Anthony Barr is good. I think the Cowboys were still good at linebacker before he even got there anyway. I know because they were trying to go after Von Miller and a couple other guys, so that was the big move, I guess. So we'll see. So he says, Jason Kelsey said they talked about the Eagles. They play good, but when they overhype the Eagles, they play bad. Yeah, I mean, from recent years, that's usually what happens. But every year is different. I'm not going to take into account, like, just because, like, they talk bad about the Eagles doesn't necessarily mean it's going to transcend to the NFL. They're going to play bad every single game. I get it, you know what I mean? But I like to hear good things about the team. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy every single day and say I don't believe certain things, but you can only believe that to a certain extent. Torvald says, I wouldn't be surprised if Rager stays. Either way, will IR him or some other wide receiver will get banged up or put him on IR. Howie probably won't give up a low pick because they drafted him in the first. Yeah, but you got to take your losses, man. You got to take your losses. They put Jay Jaw at tight end. Not because they're justifying the pick. They're putting Jay Jaw at tight end because they know he's in a losing situation. And this is it. You know what I mean? Rager's just different, and they just have to take their losses, man. So they just got to take their losses. I mean, yeah, I get it, but he's not worth that. I mean, that's just a bad draft pick. So it says Hollywood Brown got, it was. It was the criminal. It's called criminal speeding, I guess. I mean, I don't think he's going to get suspended for any reason. So we'll see. Chris Scott says Regs will get traded to the Ravens soon. Now, the Ravens did call the Eagles during the draft on a trade for Jalen Reagor, but it never happened. The Eagles never pulled the trigger on it. Richie says, who is the receiver that's going to prove all the Philly haters wrong? Rager, you're damn right. Jay said, I think the Steelers and Packers would be a tough one, but the Steelers give us a fight. Not close. I think we beat the Steelers, but I think they give us a fight for a money. And then I think the Steelers defense is definitely really good this year. Offensively, it's not great. With Trubisky being the starting quarterback this year, how much better is he going to do? They'll probably move on from him after a year, most likely. I mean, it could be the Packers could be a tough team, but I want to see what these receivers do for Aaron Rodgers and how good he's going to make them. But we'll see. Jimmy Gary says, yo, Joey Pip slipped on Bradbury. He's a stud. I'm so hyped. Both our corners are solid. Let's go. Bradbury's having one of the strong camps. Definitely one of the strong camps. Sirianni had a lot to say. He was actually telling the wide receiver room, like, Bradbury's going to give you all he's got. And as a number 2 receiver, for a guy that gave up over 800 yards receiving last year, was a Pro Bowler in 2020 and hasn't, I think a really big step up from Steven Nelson when we signed him, but I didn't think he was going to do this well in training camp, but he's, maybe, I don't know, maybe in the right system, and maybe last year was just last year with the Giants because he gave up a lot of yards last year, but do I put too much on Bradbury for that? He comes to the Eagles as a number 2 receiver, not putting number 2 corner, not putting too much on his plate. So I totally get it. Des said, Joey Shakes, do you think Gainwell and Watkins will have a breakout year? I think Watkins will. I think he's one of the most underrated players in this offense because he'll be on the number 3 receiver and he's going to do really well. So I have a lot of faith in Quez Watkins, and he thinks he's the fastest receiver on this team, and I'm totally fine with that. The confidence level is through the roof. So very excited for him. And Gainwell is going to be something I'm definitely going to be looking at because Miles Sanders on a contract year this year. Don't know what's going to happen to Miles, and just see what happens. Gainwell has been working his butt off this offseason, okay? They have him in the passing game. I just wish that they kind of treated Miles the same way as they treat Kenneth Gainwell. Gainwell might be your lead back going into 2023 of next year, so I would definitely look out for that. Because, even if that's the case, I still think they'll add another running back next year, maybe someone in front of Gainwell, or who knows at this point. But I'm very excited for both of those players. Very excited. Torville says the Cowboys have little depth on the lines. I think they'll finish in 3rd, and if they get more injuries, the Giants could pass them. It could happen. It could happen. I didn't like how Trevon Diggs looked today. Trevon Diggs did not look good at camp today. He got beat by some backup tight end. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, of course, I think is going to beat him. I don't know. Diggs Cowboys should be a little nervous about Diggs. I know it's just training camp, but he got beat like all day today. All day. It did not look good on his part. I don't want to say that he's a one-year wonder with 11 picks and got nothing to show for it because I don't think he does. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We got Cosmo Kramer with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, dude. Cosmo says, Joey, the mountains of Pottsville, Pennsylvania, home of Youngling are speckled everywhere with Pirate, aka Fool's Gold, because when put through a true test, it's revealed as worthless. Rager equals Pirate. So he is. So you think that Rager's Fool's Gold, that we're being blinded for what he's not going to do this season? Interesting enough. And look, I respect your opinion. And I don't blame anybody because of what happened last year. I think whoever said it earlier in the chat, it's not just the one-handed catches. Like, he's actually being consistent catcher, and his route running is looking really good. He came into camp in really good shape with a chip on his shoulders. So, I totally respect your opinion, but what we're seeing is what we're seeing, and that's all I'm reporting right now on Rager playing really well. And I don't know. I think something will happen with him. I don't know if he's going to be on this roster. Because all 3 levels on the Eagles defense is stacked with a mix of young, experienced vets. Totally agree with that. Definitely. Mayor said, Joey, you saw the news about teams contacting the Eagles about Rager after hearing about strong of camp. Yeah, I mean, look, we heard before training camp started that there were teams that the Eagles were still shopping Rager at that point right before training camp. So I don't doubt it, dude. I don't doubt it. And you know what? And I think this is going to be a Zach Ertz situation where they build his trade value through training camp. And the difference is between, Ertz is he played some games. I don't think he's going to touch the field at all. If you don't see Rager traded before preseason August 12th for our first game, and he's not even dressed to even take some snaps the first game, I feel like a trade is coming by that time. He says, Rager to the Vikings for safety Harrison Smith, 33 years old. How much do they want for him, though? That's the problem. Jason, can't wait to see Jordan Davis eat O-lineman for lunch. Dude, I'm excited for that first preseason game to see what he does. He beat the crap out of Kelsey today. He beat the crap out of him today. Went right through him today. Now, this wasn't one-on-ones. I think it was 11-on-11s when they did the group work, but a lot of the beat writers were looking at the one-on-ones that were happening. So they had him as a nose tackle today against Kelsey, and he played really well. Really, really well. Rock says Diggs on the wrong team. Chris says Night Banks, the Ravens need another receiver. Bad Regs is perfect for them. Yo, hit the grade. What's going on, man? There's no doubt Covey's got confidence in return game. My guess he'll be tons of returns in the third preseason game. Hope he can impress. I think that he's going to have a lot of reps because we can only take so much from the scrimmages and all that stuff that they're going to have with Miami. But I think when we get to these preseason games, it's really going to show how far Britton Covey has gotten. And I'm hoping he's our next return man. Some people are saying online he reminds like he's another Wes Welker. Even a Scotty Miller from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Some comparisons there. Chris Scott Davis is going to destroy O-linemen all season long. I can't wait to see it. So Chad Johnson was praising Rager on Twitter, saying that this is going to be his year. Maybe Rager will change his name to Uno Joe. Jay says, no, I don't want to put words in AJ Brown too, but Yahoo Sports said AJ Brown was happy with the Titans trading him, but go Birds, but I don't want to put words in AJ's mouth. I want to get you. I think it's more from what he said. I think it's more like how the trade went down more than he likes the trade and he likes coming to the Eagles. But I think it's just how they treated him as the trade went down that he didn't really like. Cabo says, let the record show. I hope I'm wrong about Rager. And look, I hope we're all wrong. Anybody that makes this team and anybody that stays on this roster, I hope I'm wrong about certain players. Don't get me wrong. Joker says, I have no hate on Rager, but I hope he could turn into something. We shouldn't have reached for him like we usually do. He said, Ravens would make a lot of sense for Rager. They just have no depth. Rashad Bateman is like their only guy. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's their only guy, definitely. First, yo, Joey, what's going on? I hope you're having it. I hope you're having a good day too, man. Bro, I just want us to go deep with Covey or Allen first snap of preseason. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Allen's been a big issue so far. I mean, he's got a lot of drops. He's been dropping the ball a little bit. That's what I wanted to see. He's got this speed that we all talk about, and I was definitely excited for him to come to training camp to see, the observation of what he could do. But so far, Devin Allen has been dropping balls, and Covey has been playing better. So I'm hoping Covey is the next Hester. I mean, that'd be fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but I want to see, little by little, I want to see what he does. Torville says Covey has to get a little bigger. He's built like Adrian Killins. Yeah, he's not. Was he 5'7", 5'8", 175 pounds, 180 pounds, something like that? So he's one hit away from getting into an ambulance. He is small, but he's tough. He didn't like how they traded him, AJ Brown. That's what Yahoo Sports said. Nate said no one's paying attention to Elliott's stats this camp. He's earned that respect at this point, maybe. I mean, I go over. I'll go over. You mean Elliott? You mean you're talking about Elliott Shore Parks? His. I mean, yeah. When it comes to the quarterbacks, and he goes by, he compares stats from last year. It's kind of stupid. I'll go over how many passes he made, how many incompletions, how many picks, for that reason. But to have stats for every day, it really makes a difference. We'll see. Sal said, would you like to get Chark in a trade again for Rager? No, I mean, we missed out on DJ Chark. He went to the Lions for a one-year deal for $10 million. Eagles passed up on a lot of receivers. We were wondering. We signed, Zach Pascal, and we were hoping to God that wasn't the main signing at wide receiver for a veteran signing that was going to be that. JJ says, what's Jalen Rager's trade worth? Dude, if Howie says, he's a first-round pick, we have to get more, they're not going to get a third or fourth-round pick for him. Even a fifth might be asking for too much, to be honest with you. I don't even think a fifth is even fair. I don't think a fifth is even fair at this point. I think as of right now, okay, I think they get a sixth or a seventh. Look, if they get a fifth or higher for him, it's great. I'm totally fine with that. A day 3 pick, Howie loves day 3 picks, but the way they use those day 3 picks this draft, they moved up to get Jordan Davis 2 spots to give away 4 picks. I mean, look, it's a lot, but it was definitely worth it in the end for me, at least, because I love Jordan Davis, and I said he was going to be a Philadelphia Eagle regardless of what was going on. So Joe Vibe says Cardinals are a good team to trade him to no shop till week 7. Just lost Kirk. Wait, what happened? Just lost Kirk. Is Christian Kirk hurt? He didn't even play today. He was on the list to not even play today. Unless I'm reading that wrong. Abner says Rager will show up because he wants to be in a different uniform. He looks like he needs a fresh start somewhere else. And you guys remember the rumors before, while the off season started to kick off this year. Remember the rumors about Rager wanting a fresh start. And I think it's been mutually beneficial for both sides to say that maybe they could work something out. And I think something is trying to work out because of it. So David says Bradbury locking them up. Does that say something about a receiving core, or Bradbury just that good? No, I think Bradbury's playing very well. I don't think it means our receivers are horrible. You guys got to take everything with a grain of salt. Like, you got to, there's going to be corners out there that, that might, be able to cover Devontae. There might be one guy that covers Devontae Smith really well in the game, and somebody else has to step up, maybe because Devontae Smith is getting doubled or he's getting too much attention or whatever the case may be. But I think Bradbury, this isn't fool's gold training camp for Bradbury. I think Bradbury, from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, he's playing really well. Ivor Ever says Covey is so elusive. Dude, I've been a fan of this guy since we signed him. Steven said, what's shaking Joey Green's about? Yo, dude, Steven LA from LA. Thank you so much, man. DBK says Rager's worth a bag of Lay's potato chips. Limit says questioning our wide receiver core. I wouldn't. I'm not. Trust me, dude. I have a lot of faith in our receiver core. Definitely. Sean says the interesting thing is I believe we have the best backup QB once again, like in 2017. I like it as it hurts. Does get injured. I think Minshew could take this team to the Super Bowl. I don't know if he's going to take us that far. I think Minshew can win a lot of games. I don't know if he can win a playoff game. I don't know if he can get us to an NFC Championship game. I'm not really sure what he could do. You know what I mean? Like, I think the more games that Minshew plays, the better he gets. And obviously he's a totally different quarterback than Jalen Hurts because he's not an RPO read option quarterback. He slings the ball very well. I think he's an above backup, quarterback that could play really well, but he hasn't really had a good camp so far. The camp hasn't been strong for Gardner Minshew. So about this, he needs to pick up his weight and strength. You don't forget about the Marshawn Lattimore picked him up like a baby. Yeah, I remember that play. He was pissed after that. But I think he's gained about 10 pounds. He definitely looks a lot bigger. Pause. You know what I mean? But I think he's gotten a lot bigger. No joke. Pause. Limited says we could have got Chuck Clark. Yeah, that trade during the draft we could have, but I'm fine with having Jaquiski Tart as depth, and I want to see that competition between Tart and maybe Anthony Harris that I haven't been a big fan of. I haven't really been a big fan of Anthony Harris since he's been here, to be honest. Like, there was a lot of hype with him coming here. It hasn't really worked out for me too much. Derek said, any expectations for Hightower? I mean, really, special teams, I don't know if he's going to make it with what competition he has in front of him. I'm not really sure. The guy ended up getting hurt again. He got hurt again. I think, a training camp or two ago, 2 training camps ago, he ended up getting hurt. Whatever the case, he was on the injury report already. So, Braun says Giants are finishing last division corner right now. Yeah, I mean, I have them. I got Washington I got Washington definitely tied up with Dallas a little bit, neck and neck. That could maybe sneak into second place, but the Giants, I could probably agree with that. I have a question. Do you think you kept 15, 16, 18? Do you think we would get A.J. Brown, Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, and Nakobe Dean? If we kept pick 15, 16, and 18? Yeah, probably. I mean, but it's just the way it went because of the A.J. Brown trade and some of the other things that happened. So it just depends. Brown said he lose too tight. He lost CeeDee Lamb and Smeef. Oko. Fahoko looks like a damn tight end because he runs like one, or runs like a slower version of J-Jaw. So that's all I could say. Chris said these Sproles was 5'6". He was 190. Covey's 5'8", 175. He puts 10 pounds of muscle. Yeah, the problem though is Sproles look at Darren Sproles and look at Kenneth Gainwell. Or no, Boston Scott, I should say. Both of them have big lower bodies. Covey does not have a big lower body. That's the issue. That's how these guys, these smaller, sneaky wide receivers that play special teams so well with their speed don't get hurt. You check out Darren Sproles, it's got big legs. Okay. Britton Covey is I'm not saying he's as skinny as Devontae Smith his rookie year, but He's pretty thin, man. It's pretty thin. Somebody says, clearly we wouldn't have gotten A.J. Brown if we traded the pick. Dave says, Smitty is just fine. He put up 10 pounds. We'll continue to get his weight up so he could burn defenses. Yeah, dude. As long as he maintains his speed, doesn't lose any explosiveness for putting on muscle, I'm totally fine with it. Jimmy says, I think we should use Bradbury to cover bigger receivers and Slay cover faster, small receivers. You are 100% correct. Every time Bradbury went on A.J. Brown, he did a fantastic job. There was one practice where he totally shut him down. There could be a plan. And look, we're going to see how this unveils. If we see a big receiver and then Slay is on him the whole game, it's going to be a problem. I mean, Slay has issues with big receivers. And I think you can use Bradbury for that, depending on what they're doing with their scheme wise. I want to see him man-to-man because apparently his man-to-man coverage has been pretty good during training camp, where last season he gave up a lot of yards. But I'm not saying that was pure 100% man-to-man, but you know what I mean. But I totally agree with that. Yo, who dat? What's going on, man? Tobille says Minshew's stash doesn't kick in the superpowers until September. Just say, yo, Justin, what's going on? Yo, Steadcast, what's going on, dude? Oh, no. I love the profile picture. It's the squat cobbler picture. Richard Cates, what do you think about Carter Strong hasn't shown Jack? Carter Strong hasn't shown Jack. No, he hasn't. Nothing. I've heard more Sinnott. I've heard better days from Sinnott more than Minshew, more than Carson Strong. Ken says McMullen has been saying Carson Strong looks overwhelmed. Yeah, maybe because we'll see what happens, man. Sometimes these quarterbacks get nervous. Sometimes, maybe he's not comfortable yet. That's just what happens, unfortunately. Chris said, guys, this Eagles team is stacked everywhere. I cannot wait till preseason, let alone the regular season. Nathan says, Big 18K, let's go. What's going on, man? Thank you so much, dude. Doc says, watch how he will find Rager on another team. Just do a player-for-player trade. Maybe a bigger running back. That could be a possibility. Kevin said, there's a difference between you and McMullen is actually there every day. Well, obviously. I'm just a fan with speculation and reporting stuff that I hear from those guys that are at practice. Yeah, I obviously know that. Yeah, I'm not there. I get it. I totally get it. Dave said, I'll trade Rager for a bag of D's nuts. Rich says, limit Kaz. Yeah, he throws a nice ball, but all the camp talk about him has been bad. I wouldn't say all of it's been bad. You're talking about Jalen Hurts. I don't think all of it's been bad. I think some of it's been bad, but not saying bad is bad and is I can't even talk. Bad as in that I'm worried about him, for the season. I think when I'm going to worry is when they don't give him any snaps in preseason. That's when I'm going to worry. That makes me more worried about what's going on now. Totally true. Armillo says, Joey, what's up, brother? You see when I sent on Twitter? I did not, dude. I did not. I gotta check it out. Dude. Bron says CeeDee Lamb versus Slay stats. Well, I don't have a mommy, so why don't you tell me? Kevin says, we were in the Watson Wilson, but never wanted to come here, bro. Are you trolling? What's going on? Kyle says, you guys excited for I'm pumped. I'm pumped. You know what? It's not even just about the starters, because I know that Brandon Graham, Lane Johnson, Kelsey, a lot of these guys aren't going to be playing. I totally understand that. But what I'm looking out for is the back end of our roster. Kind of want to see the backups. Kind of want to see the backup corners. We haven't heard much. Zach McPherson has been talked about probably the most out of all the corners as of right now. I think McCain ended up getting hurt with a knee injury, so he's down right now. So I think Lamb is going to struggle against number one corners and more double coverages. He hasn't proven that he's got to go a guy on consistent basis of the NFL level. I think that's definitely going to be a change. Him going against number one corners is definitely going to be a change with Amari Cooper not being here. Michael Gallup coming off of an ACL injury. That's going to be an interesting one from how much money they threw at him. I heard that T.Y. Hilton is speculated to sign with the Cowboys. There has been rumors about a T.Y. Hilton signing, and he's an older receiver, but, could be a nice addition for the Cowboys if they don't have any, maybe they, James Washington is hurt 6 to 10 weeks with a foot injury. And they have, I know they have Vasher. That's been okay, but, he had like a one-hand catch and everybody made a big deal about it. But he had like a training camp moment, but I don't think he's been spectacular. And Tolbert, has looked pretty good. I think he's been the best, better of, other than the starters, he's been the better of the receivers so far with the Cowboys. So we'll see. Mon says he's a rookie. Damn, relax. Jay says, hey, Joey, over under total 35 sacks? Oh, dude, over. I say 45 plus, dude. They got to be 45 plus sacks this year. Livett says, don't worry, Bryce Young or C.H. Stroud next year. Let's go. Kenzo says, bro, if you ask about a player and that makes you on that player, if either one of them wanted to come to Philly, he wouldn't be our quarterback. The fact that you don't realize that makes question you're paying attention. Jay says, that's a jackass comment, Kenzo and Doofus. I was asking what your predictions for the season, Slay versus Lamb stats. Oh, man, I think it's going to be a good battle. Like I said, like Lamb and Slay are going to go at it. I think it's going to be a good matchup regardless. But, they have to, Cowboys defense have to worry about A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, even, Quez Watkins. You know what I mean? It just depends on matchups, man. I don't think Dallas matches up that well against the Eagles. I think they have a terrific linebacker core. Corners, I'm not a big fan of the corners. Besides Diggs, I don't know. To me, Diggs is a one-year wonder to me. I don't think he's going to have anything. I don't think he's going to do anything special this year. I just think he had a really good year. And I think he ended up getting paid. I'm not sure if he got paid. I thought he did. He might not have. I might have gotten him confused with somebody else. I think Dillard and Jordan went hard on the one drive block and got that double concussion. Yeah, that really sucked. And I think that was a big part of why the offense didn't work out too well today, because the defense was getting crazy pressure. Kevin says, Joey, I wasn't. No. I get it. I got you. Lemon Cod says, Kenzo, that's what I thought. I didn't say interested. I said we were in it. David says, Dallas still trying to dress up a pig with red lipstick. Kyle says, Lamb's going to be the next Juju. Plays great as number 2 or 3, but shits himself in the limelight. Yang says, Cowboys fans are goat fuckers. Killer says, I don't know about all that, but the Eagles were interested. This is Tyler Smith getting owned by Davis is meant to be. Which I'm really, I'm so glad hearing more of this Deshaun Watson stuff going around. Now the NFL is appealing his 6-game suspension to suspend him indefinitely. Dude, just imagine if he gets suspended indefinitely and the Browns still have to pay him. Like, crazy. Thank freaking God, dude. Thank God. Like, I figured if the Browns are trading for a quarterback that they would be like, yo, Roger Goodell, we're going to trade for this guy. Is there going to be an issue while we trade him? Blah, blah, blah. I guess not. I guess they just signed him not thinking that this would escalate. I think he's guilty as hell, but that's just me. I don't believe a damn word from that guy. That guy is given so much pushback. This guy is going to get suspended. And going to fight this thing, and the Browns are never going to move forward. And that's what I feel. I feel like it's never going to move forward. Never going to move forward. Take the loss this year and just get ready for football next year, because the way he's going to fight back and sue the NFL, the litigation to this thing is going to go for months and months and months and months, and it's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. So, Bond says, if our defense can hold the Chiefs to 19 points, your offense shouldn't be hard. Well, dude, you can't go off of last year, man. Last year's last year. Like, I go off of last year for certain things, like, if a player can get better from last year, or do you think they'll get better? But as a whole entire team, and I understand Dan Quinn is going to do probably a good job with the Cowboys defense this year, but don't get too cocky about last year facing the Chiefs, dude. It's a brand new year this year. I mean, all that doesn't matter because both of us didn't do anything last year. So, Iron said, did you see that Quez touchdown catch? I did. It was fantastic, dude. Fantastic. Eagles Land says Carson Wentz was booed by Commander fans after throwing 3 picks during practice. Yeah, I saw that. That wasn't today. That was the other day, wasn't it? Kyle said, I think it's hilarious how the Browns are out of the QB and maybe a ton of draft picks. Who that dude? Thank God the Saints didn't trade for Watson. Dude, I would shake your hand right now and be like, thank God our teams didn't do this. Limit says, looking at these Rager talks that he's been very good at camp, I'm thinking, here we go again. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But, if he's consistent, look, if he's playing good, he's playing good, man. It is what it is. I mean, if he's playing good, then good for him, Iron says if Watson fights back, gets suspended next season too, will he lose big money this year? Yeah, I mean, I heard that because if he gets suspended, that's not going to affect his pay. But if he gets indefinite suspension, yeah, they might try to do something with his contract. They're going to have to. I'm scared of some of your stars to play this preseason because there's so many injuries. The Jaguars and Raiders game. Yeah, how many injuries are going on in that game? Is it really that bad? Like, is it really that bad, or is it just me? Everyone's making it sound like it's really bad. Like it's crazy bad. No joke. Cal says, but if they appeal, that means they can still play, right, Watson, until they actually suspend him. If they appeal, yeah, he could still play, but if they ended up, yeah, I guess that, yeah, but yeah, probably, yeah, I think that makes sense. If it's appealed, then yeah, he could probably still play, but if we were Cleveland Browns fans right now, every video would be about Deshaun Watson. You'd be watching a video about Deshaun Watson every day. Like, how can these fans even? And I feel bad for the fans because they can't even enjoy football. Like, they got to deal with this crap going on with this quarterback. Kyle Brandt actually said it best today. Okay, if you're not guilty, you're just letting this thing go the way it is and take the loss. Get suspended, come back next year if that's the case. Because it'll be the earliest time that Deshaun Watson comes back if you really want to play that bad. But since Deshaun Watson is fighting tooth and nail, it makes him look guilty. You know, I'm not going to say he is. My opinion, he's freaking guilty. But, you know, I'm not going to say anything crazy. You know what I mean? Those Diggs isn't going to be a shutdown quarterback until he learns discipline. He bites on double moves because he wants those interception stats, but he gives up big plays because he gambles way too much. I totally agree with that. He definitely takes a lot of chances, which a lot of chances were in his favor. Well, when they got to the playoffs, I think he was targeted, in that 49ers game? Well, like 3 times he was targeted, I think. Lewis said the NFL practices have gone soft. That's why there's so many injuries nowadays, because Dirzak says, what is our first line starting 4 on the D-line? It's going to be Reddick, Hargrave, Cox, and Brandon Graham. That's our number 1 right now. Lewis said you go from 50% of practice to 100% smash mouth. Used to go hard practices in games, less injuries. Epchia says, Joey, what are your thoughts on me possibly breaking my finger on a deep ball, possibly making me miss a few games? I mean, what's the possibility breaking my finger on a deep ball? Possibly making me. I mean, no. I mean, I would tape both fingers up. I would tape whatever finger you break. I would tape that finger next to the other finger. I mean, I don't know. However you want to do it. So the Browns are screwed for the next 5 years because of this. They probably are, dude. Thank God, dude. Thank Howie. I'm not religious, but I got to thank the football gods for this one and Howie Roseman. Jay Cox says, was not saying we only had 31 sacks last season. I just hope Gann grows a sack and is more attack style and not read and react. Yeah, and being passive and moving your corners 8 to 10 yards off the line and playing cautious, not giving up the big play and giving these tight ends and wide receivers easy yards. Yeah, it would be nice. Ron said there's been like 5 or 6 injuries this game if you weren't watching. Well, I have not, because I've been streaming for the past 43 minutes. So, yes. Iron said Watson likes butt stuff. That's why he went to the Browns. Butt stuff. Jay said, Joey, you don't have to say anything, but did you hear about Brittany Griner? I have no idea who that is. Yo, Bryce, what's going on, man? I'm losing my voice. I need water. I've been talking way too much. Hold on. I need water. That's better. That is better. Brad says they better prepare for Jordan Davis bull rush, and when they do, when he hits with sidestep, it's over because of off balance. So big, strong, and fast. Dude, I'm telling you right now, and I think we get that first glimpse in preseason when he's going to pop somebody off the line. Someone's going to have a heart attack. Those offensive linemen are not going to know that. You can't triple team this guy. You can't even double team this guy. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does. One of my favorite players coming out of the draft. Obviously, I said this guy was going to be a Philadelphia Eagle. The Eagles traded up. They attacked that draft very nicely. Very excited. Matt, what's going on, man? John says, "How Joey? Just got called away. How are you?" I'm doing good, man. Kyle says, "You think the coaching staff promised Rager if he makes 10 catches per practice, he can have a McDonald's for dinner?" I don't know. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the motivation through it all. So, how do you think this hybrid 3-4-4-3 scheme is going to affect roster? This is usually 3-4 teams. You got to keep 6 or more linebackers. If we keep that many linebackers, where are they going to go less? Wide receiver? I mean, you always keep a lot of linebackers. They kept 7 linebackers last year. So, and they barely even did the scheme that they promised us last year because I don't think they had the players to do the scheme that they promised last year. That's just the way it is. This year, I think they keep Nakobe Dean, Kaiser White, TJ Edwards, Davion Taylor. I think they keep, I would say 5 or 6, probably, if you want to count Sean Bradley into that too. I think they probably keep 6, probably. But I say 6 linebackers. I would have to say 6 wide receivers at this point, most likely. It is hot in here. That's why I'm doing this with my hat, because it's hot. Iron says, Joey, are you allergic to butt stuff but not squat cobblers? I never heard of butt stuff in my life. I don't even know what that is, but squat cobblers, we know who's a squat cobbler, so we already know that. Jay says, Joey, you heard about the Dolphins owner? He got involved with the Brady stuff. Yeah, I heard they're losing a first-round pick next year. That sucks. Damn, Skip Joey. Jordan Davis was their pick from the jump. Well, dude, I felt like, how are the Eagles not licking their chops from this combine for Jordan Davis? That's what I was saying to myself the whole time. John says, can't wait to see Jordan Davis. LeBron says, Jordan Davis versus one of the best right guards in the NFL, Zach Martin. Good luck, Jordan Davis. We'll find out, bro. We'll find out. There's always a new fella coming into town to take over. You don't know what's going to happen. So I could say the same thing with some players facing Jordan Mailata every single week and Lane Johnson. I don't think Zach Martin's going to be able to handle him one-on-one. Just saying. But I like how you made a video on those players we don't hear much about. It was refreshing. Yeah, I mean, I saw your comment, by the way, of about time it's about different players. And I totally understand, dude. Like, trust me, I get really frustrated. I get really frustrated over going over the same stuff. Like, you're going to get more Jalen Reagor videos. I'm just going to let you know because it's going to happen. As much as everybody hates it, that's what's going to happen as of right now, okay? And you know what? Yeah, it was nice to dip into some news that was different about different players and exploring where they came from. Like Deion Kane and Marlon T, we drafted in the 6th round last year at defensive tackle. And you know what I mean? There was really nice. It was refreshing. And now I would love to do more if I find out any more news, and definitely we'll have more news. Matt says Jordan Davis is going to be a monster. Shows the vibe says, how confident are you in Garden being the number 2? Sounds like he's having a rough camp, still preseason games. Yeah, I would wait till the preseason games, but yeah, I think Sinnott has been playing a lot better. Sinnott has actually been playing a lot better than Carson Strong and Gardner Minshew, unfortunately. But, we'll see. It's just some bad days. Preseason should maybe help, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. Probably not. Garver says, we got to get off Rager's back. He has 3 brothers, a master splitter doing. Cal said, butt stuff is a super paw. I don't even know what that is. Jay said, Joey, I know you like 76ers, but do you hate the Lakers because Philly 500 can't stand? No, dude, like I used to, back in the day, like I think it was like elementary school, I used to be a big, because I wasn't a 76er fan my whole life at all. I used to be, when I was like in 5th, 6th, 7th grade, I used to be a big Laker fan, and that was obviously Kobe and Shaq. I used to have a Shaq jersey, I used to have Kobe jerseys. I had an Allen Iverson jersey years ago, like an old one years ago. But like I said, like I don't watch basketball enough as I want to. I do catch games when I can. That's why I don't do content on them, because I just don't have time to do it, unfortunately. But Cal, I have a feeling Davis will be beat better than Cox in his prime. He has such a weight and height advantage. Yeah, but he has to maintain his weight. I think the one downfall to Jordan Davis is going to be maintaining his weight, because if he gets out of control, if he's not eating right, or he's just not doing well, he can lose a lot of that explosiveness, and he will turn into a bust in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? So that's what he has to stay on top of. Louis says, like the hat. This hat, I need to replace it. I need a new hat. I haven't bought a hat in like a couple years, but yeah, it's not bad. Pretty good. John says, yes. So, man, after hearing what he did at training camp, Torville says, notice how Brady is involved in these scandals, the Deflategate, and then a couple years it was Bucks didn't report Brady's knee on injury report, no consequences given. Now Brady talks to Miami owner. Yeah. And then Miami gets in trouble for it. It's crazy. Well, HP Kaza says, what's going on, Joey? Hope everything is well. I hope, dude, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well. Versus Hurts is going to be a demon this season. He has no choice but to be, and I believe in him. Here's the thing. Every time I go on Twitter, okay, like, do you guys get sick? Like, not to say it in a bad way. This is just a question. Like, do you guys get sick of, like, hearing, like, you guys hear about good things about Jalen Hurts all the time? Do you guys get, like, from guys from Jakib Sports, like, they always say, like, positive things about Hurts? Like, every day. They always put Jalen Hurts' picture, and then there's a quote, and it's just, like, a good thing. Every single day. And I'm kind of like, I understand that. Like, I understand it. Like, it's like, oh, Jalen Hurts is going to do this, and Jalen Hurts is going to do this. Oh, the Eagles are going to be top of the NFC, and blah, blah, blah. It's like they always say these great things, like, every day. And me, it's like, is it getting annoying sometimes? I kind of want to see Hurts play already because every day I'm hearing the same exact thing about Jalen Hurts and this team. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? We're not used to getting this much attention, and that's probably what it is. Because since the Eagles were one of the most improved teams coming out of the draft, okay, especially the A.J. Brown trade that just put the cherry on top with everything going on, yeah, it's exciting, okay? But at the same time, like, I got to see what this guy's capable of, okay? And I can't wait. I'm not wishing he's going to fail or anything like that. I'm actually really excited for it, but it's just too much positivity every day. Like, I miss being the underdog. I miss not being talked about much and just surprising people and shutting everybody up when they're wrong. That's what I like. But, this is different. It's a different feeling. The Cowboys aren't being talked about that much. The Eagles have all the attention from the NFC East and winning the division and all this great stuff that's coming out, which is good. There's they say, what's worse, Rager or the Cowboys? Rager. Why would you ask me a question like that? Greg says, the whole Deshaun Watson thing is a joke. Just figure and timetable penalty and finish a period. Iron says, butt stuff is for anyone wants to prefer a massage. What? His victim said that? Oh, and I'm saying this on stream? Like, I didn't know it was that bad of a word. You guys kept saying it, so I started saying it. Oh, Jesus. Richard says Jordan Davis is different kind of monster. John says both Davis and Dean are going to be special for years to come. Yeah, I'm excited. I actually watched their interview with John Clark and understanding the Eagles and the rivalry and all that great stuff and just going from a championship team, to bring another championship to Philadelphia would be fantastic from both of them. I said this is going to be Zach Martin's 8th season. He's only gave up 12 career sacks. We'll see, dude. We'll see, man. Zach Martin's getting older. You got new meat coming in, that's going to, challenge him. So you never know, dude. There's always a bad game. It could always happen. It is what it is. I say the same thing about Lane Johnson. He can have a bad game. Mulata can have a bad game. It could happen. It's just that moment. Ritter says Kaiser White, G. Edwards, Sean Reddick, Jacoby Dean, Davion Taylor, Kyron Johnson, Sean Bradley, counting Reddick and Bradley makes 7. You're talking about, well, I don't get it. Kyron Johnson's not playing linebacker, though. You know that, right? Kyron Johnson's not playing linebacker. He's a linebacker hybrid / defensive end, but I don't think he's playing linebacker at all. I think they strictly have him as a rotational defensive end. Yeah, you can count Reddick in there, Dean, Taylor, Bradley, but I don't think Kyron Johnson's playing linebacker at all this year. I don't think so. Mike says, Ribbit says, we got the best 3 cornerback trio in the league. That's going to be tough to say, dude, but you know what? Slay, and I think they're going to have a plan going to the season. Somebody earlier in the stream says Bradbury has done very good on A.J. Brown this whole entire camp. There was a day where he actually shut him down. They might use Bradbury for those bigger receivers that Slay can't really handle. So, who knows? He says, how much would you play Gainwell in the preseason? I would definitely play him a little bit. Yeah. I wouldn't play him for 3 quarters, but I would play him for, a couple series the first game. I want to give more work to Kennedy Brooks and some of the other guys that are here as well. Huntley, but I think he'll have some snaps, no doubt about it. I can watch Eagles versus Cowboys last season. The Eagles O-line was beat all game. Y'all had Lane Johnson and Kelsey too. What, you're talking about the first or the second game? You're talking about the first or the second game? Tyler say, Joey, don't worry about Minshew because he is the best backup QB in the NFL and the best QB on the Eagles. John said this defense is going to be something. I don't have to hear, but I am sick of people hating on our QB like it's not the media and the haters. It's about going on the field and proving them wrong because not all their opinions matter. No one's opinion matters. My opinion doesn't even matter. Like, I'm not anything important to be like to get attention to be like, oh, this is what I think and this is what's going to happen. Like, either Hurts is going to play really well, he's going to play really bad, or he's going to be right in the middle where he was okay this year. What's going to be enough for a playoff? What's going to be enough for a new contract? Winning the East is just a touching. You know what I mean? It's just it's not much. Like, winning the East is not enough for him to have a contract. Winning a playoff game, sure. 3,800 plus yards, sure. 4,000 yards, sure. Over 28 touchdowns, yes. I totally get it. Who built so somebody has got to ride Hurts. Louis says, hey, Joey, how often do you hear from a YouTuber named Thomas Mount Eagles? How often do I hear? Wait. They have named Thomas Mount Eagles now, Channel Sports. Never at all. Matt says, to be honest, I sometimes rather them talk us negatively because we always do better when are overlooked and under the radar. John says, Howie, what time is this game next week against the Jets? It should be at 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. Cal said, I don't like either Skip Bayless low-key rooting for the Eagles. Iron says, my bad, but it's allegedly true. So what roster battle in preseason are you most looking forward to? I'm looking forward to the safety position when it comes to Jaquaski Tart, Anthony Harris. I'm looking for that fourth running back with Kennedy Brooks. I kind of want to see who steps up as the backup corner to all these guys like Maddox, Bradbury, and Slay. Zach McPherson's been talked about a lot by Slay, and pretty much Zach McPherson, fourth-round pick out of Texas Tech, has been showcasing, I guess, to the team that he's really made a big stride this year. I want to see Tay Gowan. What are they doing with – I haven't heard about Mario Goodrich. They gave him the most money. So, I mean, there's a lot I'm looking forward to. I'm going to want to see if we need a new punter as well because Aaron Sippo sucks. So, I mean, that's just what that is. He's horrible. Craig says, I want to be on spokesperson to put an Eagles legend Brian Dawkins in the front office to make the Eagles' future brighter. Matt, did you see the delayed Andor to the 21st September now? Yeah, I saw it. I don't like the hype either. Skip Bayless, biggest Cowboy fan, rooting for the Eagles. Scary to me. Troville says, our previous stars will basically be the same reserves at Dallas be late in the season last year, and they viewed that some kind of accomplishment. If he's talking about that game, that's ridiculous. Just turning in and finished watching Derek Jeter's The Captain. Great documentary. Yeah, I saw some clips from it. It looks really good. Demon says LeBron's runner's entire life is getting other team streams, trying to convince them he's choking. Team is good. First, because stars were out. Second game, Parsons and the whole Cowboys defense was all over Hurts. Yeah, because we couldn't pass the ball, dude, because Hurts had probably one of his worst games. It's probably Hurts one of his worst games last year. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying. Like, Cowboy fans aren't going to realize this. Like, Hurts at that time, and look, early in the season for Hurts, like, Hurts only played 4 to 5 games prior to last year, okay? That was it. He didn't have a whole year going into 21. He had 4 to 5 games. That was it. Hurts made a lot of mistakes. Rookie, first-time head coach, rookie quarterback, pretty much still a rookie early last season because he was still a rookie at that time. He didn't play a whole year yet. He was still a rookie, okay? No veteran receiver. It was a young team. It was a young team last year. This year's a totally different story now. Now Hurts has a year and a half under his belt and has an entire offseason to work with the Eagles as being the starting quarterback. So that's it. Colin said, I don't buy Rager hype. He looked good in training camp last year when he sucked. Ward should make the roster over him. Well, here's the difference. I think last year he was more flash in training camp last year. I don't think he was consistent. I think he was more flash where he was making these crazy catches and it was just like way too much. But I think consistently he's been better this year and not all crazy trick, all these catches, these one-handers, and all these training camp moment catches that people overblow. Which I was a sucker because I overblowed it too much, because I don't blow anything, period. But you know what I mean. That's how that goes. Tyler says, I heard D-line looks really good, most notably Reddick, BG, and Sweat. Any news on Cox? Nothing on Cox. Even Sweat, I think not today. I think the other day he was okay. But Milton Williams did good today. Graham did really good on Driscoll today. Davis beat Kelsey. So Craig says, I think in 15 years, people will still be saying how the Eagles stole the draft. I believe we drafted some legit. I think they got 4 players out of this draft. If you want to count A.J. Brown towards this draft, because really at his age, there are guys his age coming out of this draft. So I'm going to count A.J. Brown towards this draft. I think he got 4 legit. Okay, 4 legit. A.J. Brown, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, Cam Jurgens. Okay, I think he got 4 legit playmakers, starters on this team. So 23 Raiders beating Jaguars. Ooh, boy. Dougie P. Steven says, I'm gutted going to the military deployment and we'll miss the first couple games. Well, dude, I hope everything goes well with your employment, man. I hope everything goes well with that, dude. I have a lot of family in the military, so I definitely know, I don't know what it's like, but hope you have a safe travel, dude. Ray says Hurts is currently as QB 6 in fantasy, too high or just about right. I don't play fantasy, so I couldn't. We got Weapon X NFL Eagles says, yo, boy, Britton, Covey will make the roster. Wes Welker, like everyone's saying he's Wes Welker. Scotty Miller from Tampa. It's crazy. Yo, VJ 5.1.4 says Britton Covey returner looking like it's looking good. He had the most reps at punt return today. He had the most reps. If I can read my notes from today, so you had Gainwell, Rager, Watkins, and Covey. Okay, Gainwell, Rager, Watkins, Covey. Okay, I'm just making sure I have that right for punt returns. And Covey had the most reps out of all those guys today. John says, Joey, so pumped for the season. Me too, man. I'm excited. Comment says, Covey looks better than Allen. Allen is probably going to be on the practice squad. Yeah, it might be, dude. He might be a project. He's dropping a lot of balls. Pause. But you know what I mean. He's dropping a lot of balls. So it's what happens, dude. It's what happens. Simon Mesler says, I believe our receivers should be Brown, Smith, Watkins, Rager, and that guy usually most forgot Pascal. Pascal's gonna be good, man. I'm excited for Pascal. He just returned today. He was limited today, so he didn't do crazy amount, but I'm glad he's back from that food poisoning and I know what food poisoning is like. It sucks. Takes like a week or 2 to get rid of. So it's Brown, Smith, Watkins, Rager, and that guy. Yeah, I mean, look, you think Covey, so you're saying Brown, Smith, Watkins, Rager, and Covey, and then Pascal. Yeah, I mean, that could be it. I mean, if you want Rager on the roster, that's your opinion. If that's what you want, then I'm happy for you. If you want him to succeed and want him to show up. So LeBron says the Eagles clips because I'm Joey Shakes. Yeah, LeBron is cool, man. He's cool. Me and him go back and forth a little bit, but he's a cool Cowboys fan. You know what I mean? He's a cool Cowboys fan. Trust me, he'll be in here a lot. He'll be talking a lot of crap, and maybe I'll get mad sometimes, but he's still a cool guy, supports the channel, so I do appreciate LeBron. We got 119 in the chat. We've already been over an hour in this stream. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. I definitely like the stream if you guys haven't either. Actually pretty close to hitting 18K. Very close. Help me get there if you guys want. We're going to be doing more training camp videos. We're going to do another live stream tomorrow and another live stream the next day. I'm going to be so annoying. I'm going to be on your feed like crazy, and a lot more videos coming out too. We have another video coming out tomorrow morning as well. We had 2 videos. I think we had 2 videos come out today. 2? Yeah, I think it was 2. And a live stream. We're having another live stream tomorrow. So we're going to have a lot of fun. The Philly Shakedown Saturday on my channel should be a lot of fun and very interesting. If you guys haven't checked out the memberships, either check out the memberships in the pin comment for extra content, especially during the season, because I'm going to be putting out a lot of stuff I cannot put on YouTube. So that's just for extra stuff if you guys want to check it out. So if you want to join the Shake Squad Army, click the link in the live chat and check those out as well. Cal. Ray said AJ Smith, Quez, Pascal Rager is now the wide receiver rotation should be. So I said, no news on Cox concern me. Hope at least got into shape before the season. We need pressure for real. Nah, let me tell you something. If Fletcher Cox gets single blocked, if he just looks like he's not doing anything and just not producing, not productive at all, and Jordan Davis is playing well, I'd move Cox to the second rotation and put Jordan Davis next to Javon Hargrave, which I think Hargrave is going to get an extension regardless. So, I'm going to be honest, Commander and Giants are the worst team in the division. Cowboys and Eagles are better. Yeah, but I think Washington is going to be sneaky good this year. I don't think they're winning the NFC Championship game. I don't think they're going to do anything crazy. I don't think they're winning the division. But the only way the Washington Commanders are winning the division this year is if the Cowboys and Eagles suck beyond. Okay, and that's usually when Washington actually plays well. Washington only wins the division or gets the playoffs if the Eagles and Cowboys just can't do anything because of their own mistakes and injuries. We've seen those years before. Jay says, Joey, do you be seeing Jalen Hurts' hair? It's cool looking. Yeah, like the braids and stuff. Yeah, they look awesome, dude. John says, Howie won't let Rager go. That might not be true, dude. Matt says, you're the only thing the Commanders are commanding is that toilet. Hopefully Covey can make it to the roster. We haven't had a returner since Sproles. Yeah, and even Josh Huff. I mean, Josh Huff was a great kick returner for us. We haven't had guys like that since, 2015, 2014 was a better year than 2015. I think we scored in 2014, we scored, 10-plus touchdowns on special teams and 14. That's how good it was. Chip Kelly's special teams were just so good. He sucked, but we were just so good in that area. Covey's kind of thick. Pause. Got to pause on that, though. Jay said, there could be anything of either win a playoff game, but if the Eagles go 5-1, their record, you think Jalen Hurts? No, it's not enough, dude. 6 games is not enough. By the bye week, I don't know. He should be on fire between the first game to the bye week. I think they can go undefeated to the bye week. Right now, I do. If everything goes as perfect as I think it's going to go. Torville says Allen would most likely be cut. He hasn't played football before in no more than 4 years. And even when he wasn't a top NFL prospect, he is fast, but that doesn't mean he's an NFL level wide receiver or returner. Totally agree. I always ask this question. I think I asked it last time. I'm going to ask for a name, and someone's going to say it. The wide receiver from West Virginia. I said this like a couple of streams ago. That wide receiver from West Virginia that was really fast and had a really horrible camp. What was his name? Give me his name. Brad said, watch what Nakobe Dean does in preseason. NFL team's going to be regretting. Dude, he has got a chip on his shoulders. I hope to God he makes every team regret. No joke. Yeah, Gibson. Shout out to Blue Pill. Yeah, it was Gibson. What was his first name? Shelton Gibson. There you go. Thank you, Mason Roman 1132. Yeah, Shelton Gibson was a guy that came in with a lot of speed, but had a really bad camp. And I don't think the Eagles gave him enough of a chance. Remember that Vikings game? He caught that ball between those two defenders, and then they just ran him to the sideline. I just felt like they gave, Bryce Treggs was another one that we had. Remember Bryce Treggs, that Giants game? That one play he had, that only play he had, and that was it? God, there were so many guys that had speed that just didn't pan out here. Or guys they didn't give enough time for. Eagle says, how many receivers do you think we can? I think 6, dude. I think 6. WebNX says, nice to have a good wide receiver. Dude, it's nice. Press 1. Press 1. Or actually, you know what? Give me an eagle. Give me the Eagles emoji, or give me an eagle emoji if you think that this is a better wide receiver core than the Super Bowl wide receiver core right now. Eagle emoji if you think that the Eagles wide receiver core is better than the Super Bowl Eagles core. Eagles Hall of Fame Twitch. Joey, what's going on? Any news on Bates yet? There's been nothing. It's been pretty quiet. I think they're letting things kind of dive down a little bit with it. You know, I mean, there's no rush to sign him right now. You know, go through training camp, go through preseason. You know what I mean? It's about 27-3. Lorette. Jesus Christ. Blue Bill says stuff you can't put on YouTube, but stuff. Oh my God. You know what I mean? God damn. See, I didn't even know I even made it that way. But hey, it's good though. I didn't know I even said it like that. But yeah, stuff I can't put on YouTube. Yeah. I want Rager gone. I don't care if he's getting the hype because it will be gone when we see him play on the field and stink. Let him go elsewhere. He is also still on Twitter saying crap. Comment says Cox is really regressing. Jace, VJ says trade Rager for Chuck Clark already. Yeah, that'd be good. I don't think they're going to dip into that anymore. I think it's going to be Jesse Bates, or they're going to stick with having Jaquiski Tart and seeing this competition unfold. Amber said turn off the preseason game, not got bumming after the third quarter. What's going on, Amber? Webbin says, I heard Jordan Davis gave a lot of concussion. Yeah, maybe. I don't know who gave him it, but you had Dillard and Mulata being out with a concussion, like at the same position, which is kind of weird. It was always says, Joey, I'm nervous about Gannon and Hurts. Gannon should have been gone last season. He should have got a head coaching job. I am not happy with Jonathan Gannon still being here, okay? I have faith in Howie Roseman giving him the pieces that he needs for his defense, pretty much saying, all right, Gannon, you got your pieces. Now you got to prove it now. Yeah, I think Gannon worries me. He really does. But even in preseason, guys, like they're not going to show you everything. They're going to run a very basic defense, basic offense. They don't want to show too much for other teams, you know, to give that blueprint. You know what I mean? They don't, especially for the Lions, they're not going to show too much. Ian Clip says, how many sacks you think Davis will have his first preseason appearance? I'd say I'd give him 2 sacks, maybe. Yep, Shelton Gibson, man. Oh, yeah. A lot of people think it better than the receiver core for the Super Bowl, 100%. Matt says for all the hard work he does every day. Thank you so much, Matt. One of my longtime supporters and one of my good friends on here. So definitely appreciate it so much, Matt. So much. Greg said, man, Jordan Davis is a total stud. That kid is a sure perennial Pro Bowler in my eyes. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, give it time. He's going to get some attention this year. Maybe, 4 to 7 sacks this year, maybe. But I'm not even looking at the stats. I'm not even looking at sack statistics. I'm looking at just him clogging up the hole, taking on those double teams, helping out Milt Williams, helping out who's ever on the side, whether it's Derek Barnett or Josh Sweat. You know what I mean? It's going to help out for those one-on-ones. So definitely look at that. Killer says, hey, Joey, what's your most excited about for the upcoming season? What am I most excited about for the upcoming season? I'm just excited for this offense to be one of the most explosive offenses this year. Like, the most important thing that I'll take is what's most important. Like, the most thing I want to see this year is just Jalen Hurts and how he's progressed and see him throw to these wide receivers on stride and going through his checkdowns properly, not missing wide receivers that are wide open, letting the offense work for him, and especially that run game, because not only do defenses are going to fear A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, Dallas Goedert, just that in general, plus our running backs, plus a top 3 offensive line going into this year, but Jalen Hurts' legs is going to be a big part of this thing too, because it's going to be very unfair for defenses to try to defend this offense. So, Comment said, these are the best receivers we had since the Jackson, Macklin, and Avante days. I say our receivers right now are even better than those 3. And here's what I'm saying. Do you think their personalities are a lot better? Do you think that this receiver core is unselfish, that maybe you think Deshaun Jackson was a selfish player? LaShawn McCoy maybe had been a selfish player back in the day. You know what I mean? I felt like because I don't put it, I'm not talking crap about them because I love those guys with a passion, but the personalities are very different. You have high skill sets, or as good or as better skill sets with this receiver core, but very unselfish on, I need the ball. And look, during a game, if things aren't working out, Devontae Smith goes up to Nick and say, hey, give me the ball. Like, you got to give me the ball now. I understand that. And look, A.J. Brown's got a mouth on him too, because if the passing game's not working out, you bet your ass A.J. Brown is going to go crazy and get the guys together and get this thing going, because it's all about accountability. I think everyone is holding themselves accountable. They're not going to point fingers and, play the blame game. And I think it's going to work out really nice. Well, if Rager do get traded before season, I could see Broncos getting him because they lost Tim Patrick due to. Yeah, I saw the Tim Patrick thing. Ron said Cowboys need to sign Cole Beasley, T.Y. Hilton, Emmanuel Sanders need depth at wide receiver bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't think just having Tolbert is just not going to be enough. I think T.Y. Hilton's another one that could be on the Cowboys' radar too. Yo, Chris Marino. He said, I've never seen so excited for a preseason like I am this year. I can't wait for the season to start. We can see how all of our starters look. Yeah, 100%, dude. I'm very pumped. Get Out says, bet receiving court by far. I agree, dude. And look, Torrey Smith only had a little over 300 yards. Like, he didn't really have a great year, but he made some very important plays for us, not only during the season, but I think the playoffs, the ricochet catch during that Falcons divisional game, obviously the flea flicker, the big pass in the NFC Championship game, the crucial third down in the Super Bowl when he caught it above his head. Like, there were some crucial plays that Torrey Smith just did enough for us. Aguilar had a fantastic year. I know, and Alshon Jeffrey played on a torn rotator cuff as well, man. Like, I don't know how as a wide receiver you played on that the whole year. Somebody get those bots out of here. Thank you so much. I just saw my screen going crazy. I'm like, what's going on? The breaking news happened. I couldn't see because I wasn't looking at it. Chavi86, appreciate it, man. He goes off here, says Hurts playing preseason. That's going to be a question I do not have the answer to. If it's my opinion, I don't think he is. A couple series for the first game. That's it. That's what's going to scare me offensively going to that first game against Detroit, because I think Hurts is going to have rust if they play him for a couple series. If it was me, okay, I would have him in for a couple series the first game. The second preseason game, you treat it like dress rehearsal. Have him in for a quarter. Quarter's fair. Third game, you sit him. And I think that's how they should do it. Chase Young, who's the top and who's the bottom for the – oh, Jesus. Oh, God. I'll answer that another day. Jay said preseason games are more entertaining than the Pro Bowls. BJ, what's going on? Dude, everyone's agreeing with that. Kayla Kramer said, hey, Joey, what are you most excited for the upcoming season? I think I answered that before. When HP said Jordan Davis reminds me so much of Vita Vea. But I think better, dude. I think better. There's no way that Vita Vea is that fast. At 4.7, there's no way. Especially there's just from I don't think it's even close, man. I like Vita Vea a lot. He gave us a lot of trouble. He gave Kelsey a lot of trouble in that wild card game, I gotta say. I can see us keeping Rager as our 5th and Covey as our 6th. Definitely will miss Greg Ward, but he's not performing in camp. He'll probably be back on practice squad. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Greg Ward, man. He kind of either fell off, or I feel like Doug valued Greg Ward a lot more than how Nick is valuing him. That's just me. Thomas says, I really like our defensive line this year. Terrence says, goal line, D-line is going to be a wall of dudes. Yeah, it's going to be pretty dangerous. I'm excited to see that goal line D. No joke. Even the offensive line, too. WebEx says all wide receivers are a bit selfish. Well, yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, all of them, they all want to have success. They all want to have over 1,000 yards a season. I get that. But I'm talking like the guy that's going to get all the attention and he's going to fight with people on national television to get the ball. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. Like, kind of like Odell Beckham with the Giants, getting all that attention and being the glamour and, stuff like that. Go Eagles 99. He says Hurts has no excuses this year, and with weapons he has. No, he doesn't. I said, do not trade for a quarterback. Do not move up in the draft for a quarterback or draft one in general. I said, let Hurts play for one more year and see what he does. Give him a whole offseason with these weapons. Give him weapons, and let's do it. Wide receiver are divas. I love it. Colin says Rager could use a QB like Russell Wilson. Matt says, yup, there will be no excuse for Hurts this year with all those weapons this season. Yeah, Daily Turn said, if you had a choice, would you rather be an OC or DC for the Eagles? I'd rather be at DC because I've played mostly defense like my whole life. So from Pee Wee to obviously high school to college. So Blue says, I'm gonna visit the adult site tonight. Matt says, yeah, the bots are like usually coming around. Yeah, dude, this started happening a few months ago. Like you have like spam now in chats, which I don't get that. Rod said, I pray to wake up in the morning and see news that Cowboys traded or sign a receiver. It might, dude, it probably will happen. Just wait it out. It probably will happen. Whether it's Cole Beasley, just depends, man. Des Bryant, there was actually apparently there was already like video of Des Bryant working out and stuff after hearing the news about James Washington. So, says, I say Hurts should play preseason so he gets used to throwing A.J. Brown. Kirk John says, Covey season, baby. Dude, if we were right about Britton Covey, I'm going to be so excited. I'm going to be so pumped for Britton Covey, man. Like, no joke. I'm going to be stunned. But you can't compare Jordan Davis to anyone. I get it. But Bill says Greg Ward fell off because we actually have wide receivers now. Yeah, Greg Ward in 2019 was our saving grace. Remember that watch? Remember we had those off the street receivers and Greg Ward, got that game-winning catch against Washington, and he was, that Eagles team really showed a lot of resilience at the end of the year. I mean, Carson Wentz definitely put the team on his back. But Greg Ward was like the savior, and we really got to see what he was. Because Greg Ward got cut from this team like 3 or 4 times prior. Like, Greg Ward got cut 3 to 4 times. Like, they never gave him a chance. And I think Greg Ward is good, man. Like, I wouldn't really talk crap about Greg Ward. Like, I think he's actually good. I think he's really good on the inside. Like, I think his route running, he's not a flashy guy. Like he reminds me of Zach Ertz a lot. I know it's 2 different positions, but that break of his route, the separation he gets is just really good. It's very good. Tom said, I would be pissed if Ward gets cut, like extremely mad. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because I don't think they have much value in him. And if he's not showing up during this camp, this is why Travis Fulgham got cut. Even prior to Fulgham getting cut or Fulgham prior to, week 8 against the 49ers when he started this whole thing where Fulgham was just being a beast for 8 weeks, whatever the case may be. He didn't have a strong camp even that offseason. He just got into a really good – he was just set at the right time to show off and showcase himself. You know what I mean? He fumbled the ball in the end zone preseason last year. He didn't do much in camp. Greg Ward's not doing much in camp. It wouldn't surprise me if they cut him. Eagles always says, Joey, are you nervous about special teams? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I feel good about what they're doing, and I don't think Rager's gonna be playing any special teams. Like, we need to do better kick. Like, I didn't even like our kick returns. As much as we yell at Rager for what he's been doing and then been justifying every single week what he's been doing, really since Greg Ward lost the spot last year and then obviously took over, Rager had that big touchdown against Green Bay, and then really ever since then he had the starting job at punt returns. We have to think about the kick returns too, because I didn't really like Gainwell at kick returns too much. Like, I hope they have somebody else for kick returns. Maybe it will still be him. I would honestly try. Jason Huntley's been working the kick returns. Jason Huntley has never really had a chance at running back. Give him a chance at special teams. I want to see what Huntley could do. We got Stinky Fish. Says, do you think Hurts will be the guy to get us to the Super Bowl? I'm hoping, it's yet to be determined. I don't know. I feel good. My stomach said, my gut feeling says he's going to play really well this year. And if he doesn't, he's going to get criticized by everybody, not just me. You know what I mean? It's last year I didn't criticize him as much early in the season because he was technically still a rookie because he didn't play a full season yet. Played 4 to 5 games in 2020. So I totally get it. But give me your honest evaluation on Hurts. I mean, I think his throwing motion is a lot better. I've seen some of his throws. He looks more on point. His arc, it looks a lot better. I think it looks better from what I'm seeing. I mean, I can't watch too much because I mean, if I was there, like I could see him throw for a whole day, it would be a lot easier to evaluate. But so far, I mean, he looks really good. I mean, he looks good right now. But him throwing the football is just the least of his worries. It's the play design. It's when you get to a real game, that's when it's going to count. You know what I mean? Like this is only for show and for progression, and this is only for how much of a ceiling does Jalen Hurts have from this training camp he's getting. I mean, that's all we're getting out of this training camp right now. Jadis, I'm not even going to read that, dude. I'm not even going to read that. Matt says, to me, it hurts, makes a break year. If it works, then we have a good QB. If he doesn't, would be just move on the draft QB next year. Just imagine, guys, if Hurts can work out, man, those 2 first-rounders and a second-rounder in our pocket for next year. Jesus, this team can go far, man. This team can go really far. Nate says, what college were you playing at? I was playing at Utica. So I played D3. It was a private college, and it was actually owned by Syracuse. So I actually used to go to the Syracuse games for free. It was actually a lot of fun. Because D3, you don't really have those big guys. D1 guys are 6'6", 6'4" to 6'6", like, and those were like the players that were normal height going to D1 college football. And we used to go into the locker room and used to meet some of the guys, and it used to be really cool. But D3, man, that's where it was. But it was fun. College football was the best time of my life. It was very fun. It was a lot of fun. Practices, the training camp for college was insane. 3-day practices, which were nuts for 2 weeks. From 6 a.m. to 1 o'clock in the morning every day for 2 weeks. And then obviously once you get to the regular season, it was only 2-hour practices. So it really wasn't that bad. Kyle says, man, the word hate makes no sense. It was good. So, yeah, Joey, shout out to you on Covey so far. I thought Allen was going to be our returner, but so far Covey has been standing out over Allen. Yeah, I mean, I never thought that Covey was going to be better, but because I felt like Allen kind of went through this offseason experience, I thought maybe he would show a little bit more and, playing the Olympics and having that speed, and maybe his catching was a lot better than we thought, but maybe it's not. Maybe Britton Covey is better. Maybe Covey is just determined to make this roster. So finally they scored 10-27. Yikes. David says, don't let them fool you. CD ain't doing so that Tolbert ain't doing good. They're hurting bad for wide receiver, and they got to get a let me remember that Dallas for you. Yeah, they signed the guy from the Vikings, whatever. I forgot his damn name. They signed him today. Anthony Barr, they signed today. Anthony Barr, right? That's who they signed today. Daily Turn said the fact that it's not all bad if Hurts plays bad says a lot about the offseason moves we made. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to hear Hurts having a fantastic day every single day. Like, I want this guy to struggle against our own defense because I feel like that whatever moves, like you just said, however it's been made this past year is not doing right at all. D-Bat says, yo, Shake's favorite player all time, Dawkins, White, Cunningham for me. Don't judge that, peeps. From when I'm alive, as of right now, Brian Dawkins was definitely. I love Trotter. I loved Trent Cole a lot. I was a huge Trent Cole fan. Women's X says special teams can literally win you games. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like it could take a lot of pressure off your defense, especially your offense too, because they're not getting on the field. You know what I mean? So I totally get it. Kyle says, I feel valuing players at training camp is not really a great way to see who are best players. There are many great players that suck in training camp, but they play great during the real game. There's plenty of players that have had good training camps and haven't shown. Who was that defensive end we had a year or two ago? I forgot his name. There was this defensive end that we had, and he played so well and didn't even make the team. I forgot his name. I know we had a corner. I remember Devontae Bosby was another. I think he just signed to Washington because he was in he played for the New Jersey Generals, I think, in the USFL. I know Bosby was definitely a corner that we had that played really well in training camp and didn't even start or didn't even do anything by the time the camp even started. I forgot that defensive end. No, Joe Osman was Joe Osman was kind of another one I liked. Yeah, it was Hall, Dyer Cook, Dre Cook. What was DeAndre Hall? Was that his name? That guy was having such a monster. He had like 3-4 sacks in one preseason game. We're like, we found our defensive end of the future, and we were getting all freaking crazy over it, dude. That's nuts. That's nuts, dude. I'm surprised you even remember that. DeAndre Hall, right? That was his name, DeAndre Hall. It had to have been DeAndre Hall. Had to have been. Damn. Go Eagles, 1990. The year I was born. He says, I'm going to be at the open practice Sunday. Dude, I hope you have a great time. Take a lot of... Dude, if you guys have video you want to send me, if you guys take video or something, you want to send me something, I'll shout you out. If it's obviously good for video quality and I can use it, you know what I mean? I'll definitely shout you guys out. If there's anything you want me to upload or anything that's crazy that you see that other people aren't recording or whatnot, definitely hit me up on Twitter. Joey Shake 72. Follow me on there if you guys have it either. Jay said, what do we know is true, Joey? He squishes you. God. Brad said, Russ will go crazy. Kyle said, Hurts looks much sharper in practice. I think he's got better, but the question is it good enough to how much better did he really get? Yeah, I don't know. Weapon X says, imagine if we draft Bryce Young. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? JC says, when is the Eagles? August 12th, I think. 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I played DT and outside linebacker, bro. Oh, dude, awesome, dude. Yeah, I played defensive tackle in college. I went from defensive end. I played left tackle off. I played everything in high school. I played special teams. I played as a gunner in special teams. I played as a gunner, and I played left tackle. I mean, throughout Pee Wee and middle school, I played like every position on the offensive line, but I was primarily a left tackle in high school and a defensive tackle. I quit the offensive line my senior year so I could focus on one position. I hated playing defensive end. I liked playing defensive tackle because I had a really good bull rush, really good spin move, a good rip move. I was pretty damn good. I was actually number one in the county for 3 years, from sophomore to my senior year. So Philly Grown said, my favorite is Brian Dawkins and Dawkins. Justin, what's going on, man? Juan says, I'm getting the feeling that you have serious man crush on Covey. It's not a man crush, dude. It's like I watched so much tape on him, like 18 to 22 minutes of tape of him on special teams alone. And I was like, holy crap, I know why they brought this guy in. This guy, I'm not thinking about him being a gadget wide receiver for this offense. That's the next step if he makes special teams. But special teams, dude, every little crevice, every little mouse hole of space that Covey could find, this guy could get it. Doesn't matter if there's a defender 2 inches in front of him after getting a punt return or a kick return. This guy just has another gear to him, and it's great, and it's fantastic. So let's see, Joe Osmond. Yeah, Hall went to the Jets and disappeared. Yeah, dude, I was hyping. Dude, I hype way too many guys up because I'm happy. Like when I see someone produce, I get really happy, and then I just get I'm just embarrassed. You want to hear embarrassing? Here's something that's embarrassing. I said that. You want to hear something embarrassing? What was his name? Donnell Pumphrey, I thought was going to be our special teamer of the future. I thought Donnell Pumphrey, and this is a guy that came from San Diego State that broke Marshall Faulk's all-purpose yard record. And that intrigued me even more. And, man, that guy was hurt. I mean, that guy lifted up a spoon to eat his cereal, and he got hurt. I mean, that's how bad it was. Kirk says, Covey needs to have a few breakout plays in preseason to make the team. No, I totally agree with that. Totally agree. But the excitement and just, I can't wait. So people trend to disappear when they go to the Jets. WebEx says, what's going on with Nakobe Dean, bro? Dude, he's playing fantastic. He's playing fantastic, like really good. Apparently there's rumors about him having a bigger role. Mike Garofalo tweeted out a couple of days ago, about, the Eagles have a big role for Nakobe Dean this year. And, I don't think they're trying to show a lot from Nakobe Dean, but I'm telling you right now, I wish I saw more tape on him because I don't have any. For what I'm hearing, very smart player, very tough. covers the field very well and very physical. And just using him in blitz packages and just being a menace on the line of scrimmage. It's crazy. Just crazy. Harpoon says, which NFL team are doing open practices throughout training camp? I mean, is every team doing an open practice or no? There's a lot of teams that are not doing open practice. You have to pay for the Eagles the open practice, don't you, or no? Because I know, didn't they make people pay last year? I haven't been to one in a few years, so I totally forgot. I think I went in 7, 6. I think I went a long time ago. Alvarez says Covey gets Joey excited. Pause. Hey, he does. Not in that way, but he does in other ways. I'm not going to say, but you know what I mean. Daily Terrence, I played center throughout high school and watched a lot of Jason Kelsey film. His steps are insane. Eagle says, Joey, is Minshew going to be playing Oh, yeah, 100%. All the quarterbacks will be playing preseason. I think Minshew and then obviously Sinnott and Strong will have a lot more reps, which I'm kind of going to get nervous over because – When you want to see, because I think Minshew will play for a quarter and then they'll kind of sit him and then they'll give most of the reps to Strong and Reed Sinnott. So those guys are going to have to give a lot of good, they're going to have to give some, some good passes to these guys because I want good looks for some of these wide receivers and tight ends. And I want them to give some good looks. And we've had quarterbacks in here, they get a lot of reps in preseason that just can't even throw the ball, period. So, hoping I'm wrong, but I'm hoping they give these guys some good looks. Yeah, I mean, Des Bryant was working out in a video as soon as the Cowboys needed a receiver. He was already working out on a video and putting that video out. Drake said, I'm thinking about starting an Eagles channel. Any tips? Pump out videos, dude. Just start a channel, put your hashtags in there in your description for what you're talking about, and just pump out videos with good titles. That's all. That's all, man. And don't hesitate. Just do it. Because if you hesitate, you're never going to do it. You just got to do it. Harris said the Reed Sinnott making the roster. He seems like a really decent backup. So far, his camp's been pretty good. But I think, like I said, it's like everyone else, someone said earlier in the chat, I think it comes down to the preseason games. Colin said Donald Pumphrey ended up going to AAF and wasn't that good now. I think he's out of the league. I had high hopes for him too. Yeah, I said Donald Pumphrey was going to change the NFC East, and I will never put that video back up ever again. Harpoon said Donald Pumphrey was competing with Darren Sproles, and I recall back when he was an Eagle. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I don't remember. I think Sinnott will be quarterback 3. Sinnott plays great in preseason. Sinnott played really good for the Giants a couple years back. If you guys remember, like Sinnott played really, really good for the Giants in preseason. I mean, he was almost lights out, that good. I mean, you'd almost forget it's a preseason game. That's how good he played. HP says, Phillips said that how he kept Barnett, but if you stay healthy and cut out penalties, you can be a good player. All I'm looking for Barnett is to just contribute. That's it. I mean, I'm not trying to put a stat number on him or anything like that. Just get pressure. Touch the quarterback if you can. And that's it. Yeah, it was a bad move, but, I think the Eagles were definitely in on getting on getting Ojabo. Okay, and that Achilles injury, I think, messed everything up for them. I think that was definitely a target for them in this draft. If it wasn't Jordan Davis, I think David Ojabo definitely was the prime target in the first round before the Ravens picked him up. I mean, obviously the Ravens picked him up later, so. Chip says we're going to rotate guys like crazy. Yeah, every 5 plays, I would say they're going to rotate every 4 to 5 plays. Torval says Sinnott was the Yeah, I mean before because I don't know if he went to the Dolphins before or after, so I don't even remember because I don't follow his career. I know he was with the Giants. I know he was with the Giants probably before the Dolphins. The Giants, it was probably like maybe that was 2 years ago, maybe. Comment says I just got Nick Mullins flashbacks from last preseason. Oh my God, that guy was. He couldn't even throw a ball because he was coming off a bat. Dude, he was bad. That guy, and didn't that guy end up? Oh man, that guy was bad. I can't stand court. And look, you're gonna have quarterbacks that come in, they have to prove themselves, and they're gonna play really bad. That guy, every throw is. I mean, there were some guys wide open, and he was just, wow, he was bad. Not just bad. I mean, he was bad from the start of getting the ball in his hands. He was bad. It was bad. Chips, imagine Jordan Davis, Cox, Hargrave, Graham, and Reddick. Holy crap. Yeah, dude, it's it's going to get crazy. Blitz pack. Yeah, and that's up to Jonathan Gannon, dude. The final piece of the if Hassan Reddick doesn't have 10 plus sacks this year, it's on Jonathan Gannon. No doubt about it. Certain players, I'm going to blame the players, but certain players for what they've done the past couple of years, and if it doesn't match what they're supposed to be doing, it's on this defensive coordinator, and he will be fired. I think Jonathan Gannon is leaving after this year regardless. Vic Fangio was hanging out at Eagles training camp a couple camp days ago, and I like that because Fangio has run some really good defenses, especially with the Bears back in 17, 18. I love their defense. I think definitely that's a good sign for us that he's close with Nick, or he was talking with Nick for a while. I don't know why he was there. Maybe he wants to be a front office member, maybe assistant coach for the defense. I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea. Comment to the damn, these bots are going crazy. Darren says Marlon T is having a great camp as well. He's getting first reps, I think. Yeah. They put him in as the number one defense. They put him in as a nose tackle, which I really do like. Apparently he bulked up a little bit. He got a little bit quicker. Because I thought when we drafted him in the 6th round, he was he was undersized. Like he looked like a small defensive tackle to me. I don't know. When I looked at him, I was like, who the hell is that? But I really, he could be the 5th defensive tackle for us. The Wren, whatever his name is, Wren, he's probably going to be on practice squad. Marlon T might be the 5th guy. So you'll have Hargrave, Cox, Milt Williams, Jordan Davis, and then you'll have Marlon T as your number 5. Wade's pieces. Hopefully Reddick gets double-digit sack. No. Yeah, it depends on if he doesn't have 10 plus sacks, 23 and a half sacks in 2 seasons. And Gannon, that stupid press conference he had, that I was trying to be fair with him in that press conference, but let's see what he could do, what he can't do. Don't tell me you don't know how to use. Don't even tell me you don't know how to use Hassan Reddick. There is tape on him since he's been drafted, since the Cardinals and the Panthers. Don't tell me that you are going to have no freaking idea how to use him. Don't tell me that. Do not tell me that. I'm telling you right now. Harpoon said the NFL Hall of Fame game was just a joke every year. What's the heck was the product that the Jags put on the field tonight? I wish Trevor Lawrence could have played at least one quarter. How much did he play? Like a minute? What did he play? Half a quarter? Tova said Mullins brought back memories of Brad Gale and Mike McMahon. Dre Cook says our defense as a whole is top 5, 100%. You got to have over 45 sacks this year. You got to have 45 or more sacks this year. Cobbstar Mullins ended up with the Browns last year and played good when he had played a game when both Keenan and Mayfield were out. I think he was still suffering from the injury he had with the 49. Jesus, really? D-Man says, if Bradbury has a great year, do we let him walk or sign him, bro? Would he ask far too much? It depends. A lot of people think that the Eagles will give him an extension. A lot of people think that he'll get an extension for him and Slay to play together for one more year because Slay's a free agent after 2023. That's it. After next year, Slay is gone. But it makes me nervous. But at the same time, I would rather extend Slay than have Bradbury. I think Slay could play for another few years. We need a young corner. We need a top corner from the draft in here. We really do. We need a top guy in here. We can't be going into free agency or trading for corners. It's too expensive. They need to draft a cornerback next year. I'd say draft a defensive end. That'll be my first pick because of trenches with Graham leaving. Possibly Barnett could be gone, which if he leaves after a year, if he leaves after this year, it won't affect the dead cap or anything like that. We won't get destroyed by the cap or whatnot if Barnett does leave. But they'll probably keep Barnett for another year, and Graham will probably retire or be gone. I mean, he's already talked about playing for another team. I don't think they re-sign him, but I don't want to re-sign him if there is going to be a lot of defensive ends in that draft next year, and preferably they go very early. And if Hurts works out, yes, you have 2 firsts and a second, do whatever you want with next year. But they got to draft a stud, and they got to go after a stud cornerback in the draft. They have to. I don't mind the free agent, I don't mind free agent, corners, but this is all we've been doing for years. Slay, we trade for Slay, and obviously the Lions had a lot of respect for him when they traded him to put him in a really good situation. And I thought they did. The past, year, a couple of years for Darius Slay has probably been the best of his career, especially last year, probably one of the best. Probably, I've never seen him even with the Lions having a great year like he did last year. Pretty good year. So it's going to be interesting. Zach, yeah, and Remo says it would be a huge if Zach McPherson pans out. Yeah, Zach McPherson, Slay has talked about Zach McPherson in the great ways that he's really took a big stride. Out of all the backup corners that we've heard, Zach McPherson has been the guy that, I don't think we're going to find a number one behind all these guys of the future. I think you can maybe find your number two depending on what they do. I mean, necessarily, guys, I'm glad that we haven't locked any players up to contracts. I'm glad there's a lot of one-year deals. This way the Eagles have, and they can explore a lot of options. And there was rumors, maybe that Bradbury could get signed throughout this year, an extension. So we'll see. Remo says, remember that wide receiver Moma, like 6'7". I thought he was going to be the next huge Eagles red zone threat. Did not work out at all. T. Brown said, I think the media is going to try and cause friction between AJ and Devontae. Yeah, for some reason, I heard some stupid news today that Jalen Hurts is jealous of Devontae Smith and AJ Brown's relationship. I was like, what? Who puts out a freaking report like that? Like, stupid. Stupid, dude. Just stupid, man. Who puts out a stupid report like that? Now, Derek says, Vic was an Eagles fan growing up. Oh, Vic Fangio was? I did not know that. One piece exactly how he gave him pieces he doesn't have. No excuses. That's the most I'm worried about. Yeah, exactly. I'll be mad if we waste Reddick on this team. I hope not, dude. Reddick didn't even have to freaking sign here. Reddick didn't even have to be here. He would have got more money somewhere else. We got lucky. No. We got extremely lucky with Hassan Reddick coming here. Extremely. He played at Temple, obviously, so he's local, okay? A lot of family around the area. Kaiser White remember we talking about nobody wants to play with Jalen Hurts or with this team in general? Like Kaiser White came here. Even Jaquiski Tart came here because of Bradbury. I think him and Bradbury played together in college, I guess, from what I was hearing from Samford. I got killed for that because I got killed for that. But, a lot of players want to come here, man. A lot did. Hassan Reddick was a huge addition, man. Pruitt says Lawrence did play it all. Jay says Trevor Lawrence didn't play anything. They didn't even start their starters. I'm not surprised, dude. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Bradbury was better seasoned than Slay. Teams will probably try to test him more, and he will probably get more opportunities to get interceptions. And I totally agree. I see where the reporter asked Jalen's team is going to get jealous because you call AJ your best friend. Jay says, who's your starting three linebackers? Those 4-3 don't want to lose TJ Edwards. He's getting better. As of right now, it could be Nakobe Dean, Kaiser, and TJ Edwards, depending on where you're putting them, depending on what they're doing with certain schemes, like you said, with putting Reddick to Sam linebacker, how much they're going to drop him back in coverage. It just depends. I got to see, by the first preseason game, how they're doing this. I don't even know if they're going to play Reddick in preseason, or I don't know what they're doing, but we'll see. Trace, I think we are drafting cornerback round 1 if Hurts is the guy. I would agree with that, but I think as of right now, I think defensive end is going to be the top. That all depends if Bradbury gets re-signed. If Bradbury gets re-signed, then I think if Bradbury gets re-signed, I think they're going after defensive end. If they don't re-sign Bradbury, they let him walk, and Slay's only here for one more year to bring in a cornerback and let Slay mentor that kid to be the future number 1. So. But obviously having these backup corners like Zach McPherson, could he be a number 2? Or, who's the backup nickel? Avonte Maddox, Jimmy Moreland has played a lot of nickel. He could be the backup nickel. Has a lot of starting experience. Eagles got him off waivers. I don't think Zach's going to play nickel at all, but it would be huge if Zach McPherson pans out. HP said the corner from the draft, Elliot Ricks or Keel Ringo from UGA. I'll let Bradbury walk so we can good camp and win-win situations. HP said Elliot Ricks from Alabama. He also won a national championship from LSU with Stingley. How is Jalen Hurts jealous? He has 2 perfect wide receivers. Comment says you should watch the clip where Hurts had to shut down reporters because they were trying to cause drama between. Yeah, is there video on that? Because I would love to check that out. You know how I am. I'm like the TMZ of Eagles news because I like going over all that. All those rumors and stuff. Good camp I meant. Yeah, I know what you meant. You're good. Totally good. So it's going to be, a good 6 days of training camp so far. So almost a week. Well, technically not a week because we had some rest days, but I think it's been pretty good on both sides. I'm glad the defense is playing good. I'm glad. You know what I mean? I'm glad that, Jalen Hurts is going to be, struggling. He should struggle some days. Shouldn't be perfect every day. Yeah, I got to see that video. If that video is out, if somebody's on Twitter and sees that video, send me the clip. Send me the clip of that. T. Brown says, what type of numbers does Jalen Hurts need to get a deal? I think over 25 touchdowns, 3,800 plus yards. I think he has a deal just with that in general. What HP said, they're still asking Brown about Titans. Yeah, it's ridiculous, dude. It's over. It's like over. Once the season starts, those questions will disappear once the season starts. So I'm not going to go crazy over it. Edgy Green says, hope he drafted a defensive end. That's not going to be offsides every third down. Chip says, Joey, since our linebacker room is so crowded, how awesome would it be if Dean was put as safety? Nah, dude. I don't want that to happen, man. Like, I know there's been some rumors about that. Like, there were some fans talking about that there was a plan for the Eagles to put him at safety as well because he's so smart and he's very rangy and tackles really well. Like, I totally get it, but this is your star for the future, man. This is your star. This is your field general. This is your guy calling the plays. This is your guy that's going to command this defense for the future, whether Jonathan Gannon is here or not for years to come. So, Wedgeby says, I'm glad, too, that way it can make Hurts better. Oh, 100%. Defense, it will make Hurts better. Yeah, Dean could be versatile. I mean, you never know. You never know. Michael Kate says, how's Jalen been looking in training camp? I've been on the road, haven't been able to catch up. How offense looking as a whole? I heard defense been cooking. Well, defense has been playing good. I mean, Jalen Hurts has had some pretty bad – it's had a couple bad days, but, I mean – so far, like with his throwing motion and getting the ball to the receivers, it's been really good. It's been really, really good. He's almost hit everybody perfectly. I think he's been fine. Like, I got no problem with it. I just need to see more. I need to see scrimmages. I need to see preseason. I want them to play him so badly, and I know they're not going to, other than a couple series. So, this is, what do you think about WrestleMania 40 come to Philadelphia? I think that's awesome. I think that's really cool. Yeah, there was rumors about that. There were some fans saying to move him to safety or something like that. Ross, imagine if our receiving core was Aguilar, Rager, and JJ. No, I can't imagine. D-Man says, Shakes, don't we also have a future second rounder? Yeah, we have a 2024 second rounder. Yep. Had a few beers, I can't remember. Yeah, we have. Yeah, we end up getting the first rounder for next year and a second rounder for 24. So you have an extra second round pick for 24, which is good. You got to do that. I think they should do the same thing this year. I think this year they should trade back that first round pick and get another first round pick for 24. This way you got 2 first rounders for 24 and 2 second rounders. I would keep this going and get these extra picks. If you draft well, you don't have to worry about these extra picks that you have. You understand? Like, you don't have to. Get as many third-day picks as you possibly can for whatever you could get. Joshua says, I'd be cool if Rager could succeed, but honestly, come on now. Says, I hear Tate Gowan and press is a pass interference machine. It could be. Norman Derrick says, hey, Joey, it's just at you in the video on Twitter of Jalen trying to shut down the question. I'll watch it. I got it. I'll watch it. And I'll follow you too. Why not? I got to watch that. Jay says, since the Raiders or Jags didn't start the start, you think the Eagles do like for 1 or 2 series, honest opinions? I don't. I think it's either 1 series or no. I swear to God, I don't think they're even going to play Jalen in preseason. I hate it. I hate to even think about it. Brandon says, you think the Eagles could somehow get Jesse Bates? Yeah, I just don't think they're in a rush right now do I think maybe they're making calls? Have they made a call to the Bengals? I think there could be. I think there maybe has been a phone call, but there's plenty of time for it. Obviously you saw Jesse Bates commenting on Bradbury's Instagram, and he said, quote unquote, turn me up to James Bradbury. So I don't know how a good relationship Bradbury has with Jesse Bates, but it looks really good. That could help us because the recruitment's always great here with some players. College, I can't believe we drafted Rager. JJ are meant to be our stars, and now they are struggling to make the roster. That's true, man. When HP, J. Hargrave was about to get a 10-plus sacks till he got double team. Jock says, hey, sexy Joey, what's up? What's going on, Jock? Tony says good reporters are almost like high school females. I guess so. And he says give Jordan Davis 12 cups of coffee and watch him raise hell. Which B says it sucks Slade didn't even make the all pro. It is what it is, man. Draco said with all the defense, Jalen is going to put up in situations to win games, and that is what gets him paid. Winning with his arm is going to get him paid. Okay, defenses that are going to wait, and there's going to be a time where a run game is not going to work. There's going to be a time where they're going to make Jalen win with his arm, and that's where it's going to prove to me if he's going to be the next quarterback for the Eagles for years to come with a brand new contract. Remo says he was doing it in a joking way, though. And he says size matters, pause. But Davis is so big, he will push the hole deep, pause. Definitely two pauses that were meant to be paused. He put his hand over AJ's mic. Really? But it's still videotaped. So it's, I get it. I get it, though. Ray said August 12th versus Jets will be stars play more than one drive. No, probably not. Doubt it. AK Eagles, what's going on, man? He says, yo, what's good, Joey? Just stopping by. Say what's up, Fly. Thank you so much, man. If you guys haven't subscribed to AK Eagles podcast, definitely subscribe to his channel. He definitely does a lot of live streams, covers the Eagles. He has a network called Hardcore Sports. So definitely check that out if you guys have it. One of my good buddies on here is content creator trying to strive to 1,000 subscribers. So definitely check him out if you guys have it. Appreciate it so much. Thank you for coming in, though, by the way. I do appreciate it. Jay says, oh, yeah, you know how Jalen Hurts got injured right last season, years Jets, when he had did he get surgery? Brad Smith said, what do you expect from the Eagles this season? Do you think we could be playoffs contenders again? Yeah, 100%. From what Jalen Hurts has around him and this offensive line, yeah. Win the East, and you better win a playoff game. There's no doubt. I'm not settling for a wild card spot unless they get to the divisional round or something like that, or the NFC Championship game, whatever the case may be. But I'm telling you right now, okay. Well, I don't know. Jesus. There's no excuse, man. Kavai Jones, did you see the Raiders had live practice or something like that? No, the whole practice? Brett said, Cal fans 2 days ago, are we tanking after bar signs? This is our year. Yeah, I know. Tony says, Bradbury's going to have the most interceptions on our team. Best corner there is your hot take. Damn. I like it, dude. I hope they challenge Bradbury, and Bradbury proves everybody wrong, especially against the Giants. That's going to even be better. Tree NGO says, what do you think about Trevor Lawrence this season? I think he's gonna have a good year, man. I think he's got the weapons. I think it's a nice starting foundation that Doug has spent a lot of money. I mean, because Doug was pretty much Doug was the GM this year. Doug made all of the roster decisions. They didn't have a GM. Doug was the GM of their offseason. So see how it pans out. Christian Kirk getting 17 a year or whatever the hell it was. It wasn't a great contract to give out for Christian Kirk, in my opinion. The Eagles tried getting Christian Kirk. It was close. But the Jaguars made sure, Dougie P made sure that they were going to overpay. That's what teams are doing now. Jalen making him win his arm. Yeah, Tony, that's what's going to happen, man. AK Eagles says, appreciate you, bro. Thank you. No problem, dude. Always here to support, man. You know it. Ron says that turn me up comment on you is to Sean Bradley, not Brad. Oh, Sean Bates might know each other. Oh, okay. I thought it was towards Bradbury, but it was just towards Sean. Hey, even better. Who cares? As long as it's towards an Eagles player, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Okay, that's all that matters at the end of the day. So I can't even complain. Counts, I hope Hurts plays good so we can make the playoffs. When I sent the link, Joey. What's your hand on AJ's mic? Yeah, I got it. Somebody sent me. I appreciate people that sent me it. Thank you so much. Yo, Scoob-Doo. Rose are red, violets are blue. Jordan Davis is going to flatten you. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. Jay says, Joey, what's your question? Did Jalen Hurts get surgery before they got injured versus the Jets? I don't remember. China needs to have over 30 touchdown passes this year. The bots are back. Yeah, the bots always come. Dre says him being clutch will get him paid throwing and running. Everywhere he played, he was never a winner and how he wants to win. Kavai just have preseason start already. I saw the Ravens and Raiders play live today. It was Jaguars and Raiders today. Deadeye Doug. Torvald said AJ Brown's a lot better than Christian Kirk. We were lucky we missed. Do you guys, all right, in honest opinion, I just want to know, because I just want to know from you guys, opinion-wise. Do you think that AJ Brown is better than Alshon Jeffrey? Or no? Or do you think Alshon Jeffrey in his prime is better than AJ Brown right now? I'm just asking. I always want to know if the Eagles were in AFC. Just say yes or no. So you could, if the Eagles were in the AFC, do you think we could make the play? It would be a lot tougher. It'd be really tough. I mean, the Eagles wouldn't even be able to afford a mistake in the AFC. Brad said, Eagles all the way. Dallas still stinks. I definitely agree. D-Man said, what happened to the safety from the Ravens that wanted lower cost, more value than regular? And like for Chuck Clark, AK Eagles said, J. Joe, do you think Milton Williams taking over for BG and becoming our next premier pet? Yeah, I mean, that would be something that they could do. I mean, they've moved Milton Williams to defensive tackle to defensive end, so he could play. I mean, Gannon has talked about moving guys around. I mean, I think they did it with Cox too, but he hated it. That could be the case if they think they could fill in a spot for Graham if he leaves and retires or goes to another team next year. That could be something that they could do. I mean, I totally forgot that they did that with him in that Cowboys game, which I really did like. So shout out to AK for that comment. That was a good statement right there. Kirk says, Joey, who are you gonna who are you going to the game with against the Vikings? I'll be with a bunch of people. Hold on. All right, we're good. So I will be at the Vikings home opener. So I will be there. Well, not the Vikings home opener, the Eagles home opener versus the Vikings. Monday Night Football. I haven't been to a primetime game in years. I'm going to one game this year. So obviously I'm not going to be streaming the game, but I'll be streaming before the game. I'll be streaming after the game, doing the normal stuff, you know? So I think Doug Pearson did a smart thing this year. Did he overpay? Yes, but now he has an offense that will put up points. Yeah, but your window is short. When you sign these free agents to a lot of money, you have a timetable now to get things done. So, you know, I'm just asking. What is peace? No problem, Joey. I watched you since 17. You inspired to do Eagles and NFL. Dude, I appreciate it so much, man. Dude, I'm not always right. I'm not always wrong. You know, it is what it is. I'm right and wrong about a lot of things, but since 2017, pretty much a year after I started, dude. That's a long time, man. I appreciate you still being here, man. Comment star, AJ Brown is a lot better than Alshon Jeffrey. AJ is better than Jeffrey. I like AJ better. Hell no. It was just a question. Jesus Christ. Alshon got a Super Bowl ring. Miles said, Jalen did undergo surgery on his rookie. It was during his. All right. Yeah. I figure. I didn't even remember. I did not want Kirk. I don't think Kirk is a number one receiver, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think he's the number one. I think he's I think he could play the outside. You could put him on the inside if you want. Like, I think he's a solid number two, but number one, I'm not really sure about that. Travis said when Alshon was with the Bears, he was elite. AJ Brown can be better, but needs another couple of years to be better than Alshon. Kirk said, well, AJ would have to blow me away to top Jeffrey. So AJ is definitely better than Alshon. Was a big target receiver. That was really good in his prime. And he says, do you see Dick Vermeil video on Eagles channel? I even teared up a little at when Jaworski. Yeah, Jaworski was like almost crying. I mean, he was crying at the end. I wish I was alive during the Dick Vermeil days because I would really like him as a coach. I mean, he was an emotional coach that really put his whole thing, his coaching stats on hard work and emotion. And I like that. You know what I mean? And I even watching the Dick Vermeil biography on NFL Films, which was great. You know what I mean? I love that guy. I would have loved that guy if I was alive during that time. You know what I mean? Overworked his team. You know what I mean? Like you had like 3 days before a Super Bowl. I mean, he's against the Raiders. I mean, that was kind of crazy, but you know, he was a good coach, man. Good coach. I mean, he had more success elsewhere with winning a Super Bowl with the St. Louis Rams at the time, and you know, was with the Cardinals. Kansas City, you know, so. Kavai says, no way I'm taking my father to a home opener as a gift this year. It would be amazing to meet you. Yeah, dude, I will be around. If anybody wants to come say hi and chill out, I'm around. So what's the plan versus the Vikings? Simulation on Friday after the shakedown or Saturday? So what's the plan for the rest of Viking simulation? Yeah, well, I'll have all that information. Like I'm gonna be at the hotel doing the night before the game. Like so, Sunday night we'll have the Philly shakedown. Obviously, Sunday night we'll have the shakedown. So I'll be streaming. I don't know who's hosting that stream. It just depends because we go back and forth. After the game, that night we'll do another shakedown Monday night. So we'll discuss. I'll have a post up and we'll discuss it during stream. Dre said AJ is better if we had him beat Saints in playoff. Jeffrey would drop pass. AJ says it's crazy to think Kaiser White will be our best linebacker. No, because even today, look what he did. I mean, he stopped Miles Sanders from going upfield. He, caught the ball at the sideline, was starting to turn upfield, and Kaiser White just cut him off. I mean, he reads plays very well. Kaiser White's going to be very good. I mean, there's a lot of contracts. You have Kaiser White and TJ Edwards becoming free agents after this year, and a lot to really make decisions at the end of the year. Come on, Joseph. Just imagine Monday night. The link is Rocket, AJ Brown coming out. They're running out of the tunnel. I'm actually going to record their entrance coming out of the tunnel. A perfect video of recording that. I love recording the entrances to the home opener because they're always so sick and awesome. So going to be really exciting. It's crazy. Comment sources: Kirk is a good slot receiver. Remo says AJ reminds me of T.O., but with good attitude. China Bank China says, I haven't been hearing anything in Blankenship. I heard a little report today that he made like a play or two, but nothing that everybody. I heard from one beat writer that he made like a play, and other than that, that was it. I mean, read Blankenship, the undrafted safety from Duke. I'm not saying that too much about him or hyping him up too much, but it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. I'm not going to go crazy over Reed Blankenship. He shows up. If he doesn't, he doesn't, I think our linebacker core will all ball out. I think you got good competition, man. I can't believe we have a linebacker core now. Like, we actually have linebackers. It gets me emotional. I want to cry. Over it. Jock, I was in high school with Eagles and Raiders Super Bowl. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, because I know you're a lot older. I'm not saying that in a bad way. Relax, Jock. I'm not saying that in a bad way. D-Bad says AJ has more upside than Alshon, but damn, those catches during the Super Bowl were, dude. Yeah, Nick and Doug, man. If Doug was cautious in that game, we would have lost. Like that would have been it. Like if Doug had some big balls in that game, man. Doug had balls all season. Frank Reich, man, good for him. Frank Reich had an unbelievable being the coordinator for 2 years. He did a fantastic job. Tree said this season's going to be legendary, craziest offseason ever. It's been the best season I've ever seen, best offseason I've ever seen. Like I never said they want all ball out, just that White will be the best. No, I totally get it. If I mix your words, I am sorry. Yeah, I think Kaiser's going to play really well. Greek says our fans are dopes. AJ is the real deal. Still hasn't reached his potential. He is a rare talent of size and speed for a big wide receiver. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Totally agree. Ron said, Joey, you think Kaiser is better than TJ? I don't know that. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. So we'll see. That I don't even have an answer for. I don't know if he's going to be better than TJ. I think that they both have 1-year deals this year. I think we just have to find out during the season. We said Kaiser White was exposed, and the defense gave up a ton of yards. Yeah, what game was it? How many yards? I mean, you could say that, but I need receipts on that because I need to see like the statistics. Bron said, what's up, Joey? I came back for a little bit. LeBron, what's going on, man? Welcome back. Whitby, I heard Ronnie McLeod and Michael Pittman got into a fight at practice. I didn't hear that at all, but you could be right because I don't follow the Colts too much and what's going on with them. So with the D-line or linebackers will be running free. Jay says he does have the ball. Pause. Colin said, I think we couldn't have made it back to the Super Bowl without. Oh, I totally agree, dude. If we were one drop away of getting back to the NFC Championship game, dude. We were one game away, dude. I'm not kidding. Like the Rams were so bad. We could have beat the Rams in the NFC Championship game. We could have went back to the Super Bowl, and Brady's defense pretty much saved him because Brady played horrible in that Super Bowl. One of the most boring Super Bowls I ever watched. One catch away, dude. One catch away from getting back in there. It would have changed everything. They won a Super Bowl in 18. Carson, he would have been gone. You would have had to trade Carson Wentz after that year. If Nick even got to the Super Bowl, you would have had, even if Nick went to the Super Bowl and lost or he won, I think you'd still have to trade Carson Wentz in that after 2018. You would have had to. There would be no doubt about it. No doubt about it. You can't let that get rid of a quarterback after 2 Super Bowls. You couldn't do it. Rebo said the linebacker core is good, not only, but they're all young and can be the core for a long time. And that's the big part about it, too. Also, Jalen Smith, Van Der Esch were top 10 linebacker fire, 18 and 19, but 20, they fell apart. Well, I think part of it for and I love Van Der Esch coming out of Boise State. Don't get me wrong. I love Van Der Esch. Too many concussions. I think him with way too many concussions. He's becoming like the Sean Lee of the Cowboys, literally. Like, he gets concussions all the time, and that's not good, you know. Jalen Smith was remember Jalen Smith signed with the Packers after he left the Cowboys and didn't even last a week. He didn't even last like a week. He played that bad. Jock said, not bad. Just got underwear older, and last time Cowboys won the Super Bowl. AA says, no, not you, Joy. Oh. I'm getting confused, dude. I'm sorry. I'm getting confused. I was collaborative, okay? I needed someone by my side to write my first name on a piece of paper with my homework on it. So that's how that goes. D-Man says, okay, you said we finally have linebackers. Huh? You read my mind. And he said, I literally became an Eagles fan because for the first time in my life, went on an NFL Facebook page and saw these cocky people called Patriot fans talking trash. I literally never watched the NFL before. Really? Jalen Smith and Van Der Esch were top 10 linebacker. And he says, when we won, I became a diehard Eagles fan. Well, that's good, dude. Everyone becomes a fan in a different way. He said Blunt was the missing piece in 18. I could probably agree. I mean, I loved Wendell Smallwood in 2018. Wendell Smallwood got better. I mean, I loved Wendell Smallwood. He didn't have a special running skill set, but he just ran with power. Like Smallwood just grabbed the ball and just ran with fire in his eyes. Smallwood was probably one of my favorite running backs in that year. Definitely probably my favorite running back that year. I really liked Smallwood a lot. He got better every single year. And then really ever since he left Philly, he's been a special teamer. He's been the Washington. I think he's with the Steelers now. I'm not sure. When it's piece, especially if Brandon Brooks didn't get hurt. So it says, should the Eagles retire number 47? Not because Nate Gary was good, but just to help us fans not be reminded of bad linebacker play. Who's got that number now? Joey, I can't stand your hate towards Wentz. I know, I get it. Like it's just how I feel, man. It's just like he's in the division now, which is even worse. Like I can't even like this guy I can't. I know I'm not going to go to Carson Wentz rant. I've done it way too many times, and I'm just like done with it. I just want him to be legless after week 3. That's all. Jace, 2019 was the worst Super Bowl. Patriots Rams 13-3 final score. So yeah, it was horrible. But again, don't let me put me twice my phone. No, you're good. You're good. Brad, I don't know if someone said it to JQ Media, posted on their YouTube channel. Comment says, I think Doug still be here. Doug got a second ring that year. I'm just hoping that we can get another ring with Nick. I hope so. And he says, yep, I have a soft spot for the underdog. That's why I became an Eagles diehard. Kyle said, Joey, you think the defense will have early 0 Eagles D vibes? I think the defense is, dude, I don't know. Like, I hope that they have a really, I think that they have a fire start. I hope that Gannon, if I see the same mistakes in the first half of every game that we are not blitzing enough and we're making the same mistakes we did last year, he's done. I'm firing this guy midseason. I don't even care. I don't. I'm going to see how many times this defense gives up easy touchdowns, like giving up yards like it's nothing. It's going to be interesting, but. Yeah, Clement started to downgrade after the Super Bowl because he started to get hurt, and then he was just not healthy enough for us, unfortunately. Brad said, yo, Baron, what's going on, man? So it was the Smallwood had to play with a chip on his shoulder because his name was Smallwood. Kyle says, you want Wentz to be legless? Yeah, why not? No legs after week 3. I mean, that should do him up for the year. We don't need him for draft picks anymore, so just take his legs out. Who cares? Brad said Brent Covey has 47, I believe. All right, well that's fine. I mean, it is what it is. He'll make it his own 47. Jax, I want Covey to make the team. Me and you both, bro. If I said any New Jersey pickups this year, Jay says we need a big bruiser to rotate at running back. We will see Jordan Howard again. He played well. But he gets these injuries that he's going to be out for weeks. That's the only issue I have with Jordan Howard. Jordan Howard is out for multiple weeks after a neck/shoulder injury. That's the only problem I have. Latavius Murray is still out there. Go pick him up. If Kennedy Brooks does not work out, go get him. I'm not kidding. Go get him. You won't regret it. Yo, Sexton, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day, dude. Nah, yeah, you're 2.5 hours late, but you're good. You're still fresh. The party's still going on. Doesn't matter. You can still grab a drink. Sit by the pool. Sit by the hot tub by the back on the front deck in the backyard. You're fine, dude. Everybody's welcome. My chair. D-Matt said, my prediction is winning the East and a playoff win. Now next year, oh my God, if we get it this year, we win the East and get a playoff win this year, and we lose, like whatever the case may be. If they get a playoff win this year, great. Give him his contract because I already know he's going to be playing well by that time. He'll already be playing well by that time. And then you have 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick next year. How about that? How about them apples? Britton Covey is very intelligent. He is actually. You can see the use of training losers for the Cowboys to beat. Barron said, I don't care if Nick Foles is on our rival teams. They still rival teams. I want to demoralize them. Tovis said, I'm glad Covey is a 19. Do you see Covey's footwork? Yeah, he's quick. He's really, really quick. Guys, I really hope this won't be another year where QBs have great completion percentage against our defense. Jay says Carson Wentz is going to be in crutches after week 3. Pretty much. Yeah, I would probably expect. I expect Jordan Davis. I expect Hassan Reddick to get 7 sacks on him already. So, LeBron said, if Pollard continues to play better than Zeke this season, they should be let Zeke walk because it is the last season of his contract and give Pollard a contract. Yeah, probably. I mean, $18 million apparently from what the Cowboys are doing, they have to give Zeke the ball more, which they should. They're paying him a lot of money, so it only makes sense. Grant Logan said, Joey, how do you feel about Jalen Hurts? I feel good. Some struggling days, some good days. Look, training camp's not going to tell me if he's going to get a contract, okay? It's going to come down to what he does in these scrimmages, preseason if they even play him, and obviously going into the season. So, Tyson said, yeah, I'm going to grab the Danny Light. Chill wild, y'all. Rita Stereoslow Bear says, we have 2 seconds next year. I bought the one that was following. No. We have 1 second. The other second we have 2 seconds for 24, not 23. We have 1 second for 23. 20. We have 1 second for 23, 2 seconds for 24. Jesus Christ. I'm going to 2 seconds. I don't know. Kavai says, I don't know why, but I'm excited for a dude. How are you not excited? Hassan Reddick, 23.5 sacks in 2 seasons. I'm expecting him to be all over the field. I'm expecting him in blitz packages, going back for coverage. Not even just that as a Sam linebacker, but being on the edge next to Hargrave. Oh, boy. He's going to be good. He's going to be really, really good. Miles says, Jalen did undergo surgery. I don't think it was third season. I wonder if that keeps him in the pocket more. Wayne HP says, BG is going to be trash talking to Wentz. Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Wentz is going to know a lot of players ready to meet him in the backfield. Ray said, I hope like Hassan Reddick tackles Wentz, sacks Wentz in the backfield and says, hey, I'm new to the Eagles. Nice to meet you. I'm Hassan Reddick. Ray Bear says, not quite last year the deal. It's the first chance they cut him realistically, but I'm sure he's got more time left. Oliver says, imagine if Wentz completely embarrasses the Eagles week 3, you would probably have the most epic rant ever. Yeah, probably. Probably would be really pissed off. They have to sweep Washington. I do not care. I do not give a crap. If Wentz beats us, not even just the first game, if he goes Monday Night Football and beats us at home, says there's another thing you can't have offense winning every practice or we'd have a problem. Yeah, exactly. Like if Hurts is getting too much praise every single day and he's having the best day, he just threw this and he just did this, and like every day and our defense is not doing anything, it is a big problem. It's a huge problem. How worried should we realistically be about Wentz in Washington? I think he's going to play really well against us. I hope he doesn't, but I think he's in a better offense than he was with the Colts. I think with having Curtis Samuel coming off injury, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, they have some good players over there. He's got better playmakers over in Washington than he did with the Colts, no doubt about it. Even with Carson Wentz having a good year last year with the Colts and being a choke artist at the end, and obviously that Jaguars game was not even all his fault because that whole offense fell apart, you know. Oh, we got a bottle alert. Provide says, on paper, this defense is insane. Barron says, blitz package for Hargrave, Fletch, Graham, Sweat, and Reddick. Danny, what's going on, man? Welcome. Wentz piece, it kind of remind me of when we destroyed Bradford back in 2016. Oh, dude, all you have to do is put pressure on Bradford. He was done. I even said before that game even happened, I said, you put pressure on Bradford, he's done. He's done. He doesn't climb the pocket. He goes through his one read and boom, he just throws the ball. Like that was it. He was done. Totally done. I think that was the first play of the game. We act special teams wise. We got a kick return. I think the first kickoff to the Eagles. I think we had a Josh Huff touchdown kick return. When's the scrimmages? I don't even know. I'm thinking like next week. I think. Day says those tickets for the Eagles to Washington game are still really cheap. How much? August 13th, Browns, I think. August 12th is the Jets, 7:30 p.m. Browns, I bet you Philly's going to boo Carr. Of course. Well, I don't know who would cheer for him. I mean, he's going to get booed. I mean, they're going to boo the crap out of him. Compton Wentz has no excuses this year. No, I mean, this is probably Wentz's like last hoorah of even being a starting quarterback. Like this is it. If he doesn't work out in Washington, he's done. Like he's gonna be a backup the rest of his career. Maybe that. Dave said Washington is a place where QB's careers go to die. One read Bradford. Second says I'm going to be booing in front of the TV. Dan still want to give 31st Landager saying Devontae Smith for Deshaun Watson. Yeah, I remember that. I don't get these guys that do like, how can you have the balls to give up a guy that is working out at left guard next to a great left tackle in Jordan Mailata, Devontae Smith you just drafted, to literally undo what we were trying to get a guy, especially now, that might not even hit the field this year. Josh Huff return was week after or before the Smallwood return against the Skins, I believe. Was it? I totally forgot about Smallwood against Washington. I totally forgot he was a kick returner. Kyle said, I still can't believe we traded for that bum Bradford. It is. Yeah, I know. Trust me. Wentz and Bradford are sort of similar, although Carson is better. Carson is definitely better. There's no doubt about it. D-Man says, Shakes, I'm a Cali, but have you been to train camp before? No. I wish. Jay says $170, 40-yard line, row 18. That's not bad. That's really not that bad. I mean, row 40-yard line. Oh, row 8. Oh, so that's. I figured that'd be row 18. I figured that'd be more expensive, but maybe you got a good deal, I guess. How can I become a member of Joey Shake's team? You just click the link in the pinned comment. Oops. You just click the link in the pinned comment for the extra content. I'll put out the post. I'll put it in the live chat right now. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to be doing. I have a lot more videos depending on the tier that you get. I do like other hobby stuff on there too. I like do movie reviews and other stuff, but I have a lot of like crazy Eagles content on there too. And when the draft comes. I have extra content for the draft and all that good stuff on there. So yeah, that's the link that I just put it in the live chat. Extra content for everybody if you guys want to check it out. Seg says, "Oh, ready for week 1." Corner Logan says, "Sad because it feels like Wentz legacy is broken in Philly so bad the jersey ain't even fit as a throwback." Tara says, "Joey, what's your favorite Eagles game besides the Super Bowl, of course?" My favorite Eagles game I went to? As of right now, I think I would say my favorite game was the 2014 Deshaun Jackson return game to Philadelphia when he signed to Washington. That was the Nick Foles, Chris Baker thing that happened. Like, that was a slugfest, that game, with a lot of emotion. Like, I remember that game was like really, I had end zone seats that I couldn't even get seats for that game. It was almost impossible. Kind of crazy. Seg said, "The suspense is killing me." We got a super chat from Ye Bro saying, "What's going on, man?" He says Bradford set up for the future. Had it not been for Bradford, we wouldn't get Wentz. Without Wentz, no Hurts, so on and so forth. No, you're totally right. I get it. Things happen for a reason, man. If you were to say after Chip Kelly got fired in 2015, the Eagles were going to win a Super Bowl 2 years later, I would have called you crazy. I said when Doug got hired, it would take 3 to 4 years. I said 3 to 4 years when Doug got hired, but I guess I was wrong. Appreciate Super Chat so much, man. Reverend said, "What up, Joey? What's going on, Reverend? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a fantastic day today. Hope you're having a good day." Jay says, "Michael Myers is going to hunt you down in your dreams." Most likely, that's what's going to happen. Wade P said, "Cool, thanks, Joe. I was at the Eagles season opener game. I was hyped when Devontae scored a first touchdown. If you check out my channel." Oh, you have a channel, dude? I definitely have to check it out, dude. Definitely put your link in the live chat, man, so everybody can click on it and check your videos out. Definitely, dude. Definitely. Yeah, dude, the first game? Oh, not the home opener. Okay. Yeah, because that home opener against 49ers last year was like the third quarter we didn't even have the ball. And oh God, so many bad plays. So many bad plays. See, I'm glad Howie Roseman wasn't stupid enough to give up 3 first-rounders and literally our best receiver in Dickerson for a dang QB. That's stupid. So stupid. Danny says some dude named Fist Vegas was on Bad Dog Street tonight and said Tony is better than Smith. I heard some good things. Fist Vegas, I think Philly knows him too. I've seen his videos. He's actually a good content creator. I said Eagles and Cowboys rivalry have made more memories than any other rivalry. Yeah, that's probably true, to be honest. Danny said Bradford folded like a cheap lawn chair under pressure. My favorite game besides Super Bowl was Week 16 against the Texans in 18. That game was insane, but it was a lot of fun. Carlos Logan says Monday night, Vic in Washington. Oh yeah, I mean that was probably a crazy game. That was the first play to Deshaun Jackson, right? Big little bit of a scruffle before the game started. Barron said very excited about Jordan Davis this year. Just wish I got the games. Yeah, I understand. If you get Sunday ticket, I mean for $300, I mean or 70 every quarter and a half. After this year, there's no DirecTV doesn't have Sunday ticket anymore. So the NFL, there's other bids going around for Sunday ticket. I think Disney put up a bid. There's a few other companies that put up bids for Sunday ticket through the NFL. So says I'll take Texas Chainsaw so I can actually run away from him and hear him coming. I guess that makes sense. It's a way, depending on the movie though. Not always you hear him all the time. So that chainsaw might be off sometimes, but you never know. The Texans are like a whole different team now. They're way different from they were. Yeah, I mean, thanks to that head coach that made some brilliant decisions. Corner Lucas, I hope to God Hurts comes out dropping dimes. You and me both, dude. Like, you don't understand how bad I want this kid to work out. Like, I really need him to work out. I really, really do. There's no doubt about it. He has got to do well for us. So I get it. I get it. You know, time's ticking. I totally get it. We'll see. We'll see. We got 137 in the chat going strong. Thank you so much for everybody for showing up and just talking Eagles, man. That's all we're here for. And just go over training camp and just talking about random stuff, reminiscing about the Birds. So if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. I do appreciate it. Like the stream before you leave. We try to get the stream to 200 likes if we can. That'd be awesome. Or whatever. It doesn't matter. But if you guys haven't checked out the pinned comment for the extra memberships and all that stuff for extra content, we're going to be streaming all the preseason games. We're going to be streaming all the regular season games. You name it. We're going to be doing all of it this year, and a lot of live streams throughout the week too, not just the games in general. We're going to have like 4 live streams for the weekend plus more during the week when the regular season comes. So for the schedule this week, we're going to be streaming tomorrow. Or we're going to be streaming the next day after that. So Friday, what is today? What's today? I'm getting my days mixed up. Yeah. So all right. So we're going to be streaming today. Today's technically Friday. So we're going to be streaming today. We're going to be streaming tomorrow, Saturday, as well. So we're going to be busy. We're going to be busy. YHP said it was a lot of Eagles fans at the game. It felt like it was a home game. Tanner says, besides being an Eagles fan, why do you need Hurts to work out? Oh, dude, it's if you have a quarterback that's been in here for a year and a half, okay, and going into his 3rd year, he already has chemistry with a lot of players, man, because you get a new QB next year. The only good thing about getting a new QB next year or drafting one next year is he's going to be put into a really good situation with already a set offense, already here waiting for a new quarterback, which is a good thing. But then it might take a couple to a few more years to know if he's the guy and that he'll take us places. So we don't know. If Hurts works out, you keep those 2 first-round picks and that second-round pick next year. If you win the East and win a playoff game and then some, God forbid, whatever the hell they do, if more games, you win more playoff games or you move up in the playoffs even more and forget it. This team is going places. You lose in the playoffs, you get a playoff win, you end up losing later on, whatever the case may be. You could be Super Bowl contenders next year with Hurts still in the building. It's really these draft picks that are very important and having our franchise quarterback already in the building. That's really important. So it is what it is. So I'm pretty excited, man. I'm pretty excited. It's camp, definitely more competition. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. See, former Cowboys Des Bryant has been working on convincing Rams free agent Odell Beckham Jr. to come to the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, and so I totally forgot about that too. I mean, Odell's not even signed either. I mean, Odell hasn't even signed with the Rams yet. It's 13 Ghosts is such an old movie. I hate that movie. I used to like it when I was a lot younger. I don't like it anymore. I know it's on, I think it's on Netflix, I think. I'm like, but yeah, that's how that's going. Devontae been to the Pro Bowl. Yeah, man. So next, obviously we'll have training. I think we have training camp tomorrow, and then they have a walkthrough day on Saturday. So I think that's the plan. I think they practiced yesterday, they practiced today, and then they have a walkthrough on Saturday. That's going to be the plan. And then the other news that pops up with obviously other players, not just the starters, but the back end of our roster. I'll definitely make more videos on those because I think that's really important. I mean, the starters are great. I make so many videos on the starters, and I definitely get it. But when it comes to the back end of our roster, the depth that we have, it's very important to see. Because I'm definitely going to be doing a final 53 once the couple preseason games go by. Maybe after the first preseason game, I'll go by the final 53 and I'll go over every player and kind of go through my list as of right now. I'll put my list on here and then we'll go from there. So that's it. That's it. We've gone through 2 hours and 33 minutes of the stream. We're probably going to end it here. It's been a long night. I had a really good time tonight talking about just Eagles, training camp, random stuff, things in the past. It's always great to be here. So it's because of you guys this channel is successful, and you guys make my day. Trust me, without you guys, this channel is absolutely nothing. So very much appreciate it. So definitely check out my new video. Definitely check out the new video on training camp for my review on the video on the training camp from yesterday or today, whatever time you are. It's the next day for me. So definitely check that out. Check out some of the videos I have made the past few days. It should be a lot of fun. So subscribe to the channel if you guys have not. Like the stream before you leave. And we'll be back tomorrow night, most likely. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Shake Squad up, follow slide. Peace out, guys.